Live. Hi, how are you guys doing? Yon! We are live! Are we live? Yes, we are live. Hello to all of you guys. Yeah, this is an exciting night or day to all of us. For all of us, huh? This is going to be a wonderful live stream, especially guys, no? Yung guest natin hindi basta-basta guest lang. And I really appreciate this couple to pinaunlakan yung ating invitation for them, especially na they are very what you call this, very generous couple na talaga, na as in I really appreciate them. And to all of you guys na manonood neto, guys, please do share this live stream. This is going to be a positive, a wonderful live stream to each and every one of us, ha. Pero saglit lang guys, ha. Saglit lang. Punta lang ako sa ano ko. At please guys, yung nakapin dyan sa channel ko, sa live stream na to, paki-subscribe niyo po yan. Yan po yung channel. Yan po yung channel ni Champ Nonito, Donaire and Miss Ratio. So please do subscribe that channel. Yan. Shoutout po sa lahat na nandito. Once again, welcome to another live discussion. This is going to be a wonderful and meaningful. Especially, maganda yung pag-uusapan natin na topic, no? Couples goal! Yan, couples goal. Paano natin yan na i-apply kung tayo may mga partner sa buhay? If we are married individual, we are kasal na tayo, or may boyfriend or girlfriend tayo, paano natin i-apply? And we need to really hear from the couple itself kung paano nila ito na-apply in and out of the boxing ring. Yun, di ba? Especially na yung ating bisita talaga very well known in a boxing, in the business, in the court, in the boxing industry, di ba? Yan, at nagbigay ng karangalan sa Pilipinas. Yan, shoutout muna tayo dito. We still have, bago sila pumasok, 12 minutes bago sila mag-join sa atin. Yan, shoutout tayo. Yan, Tol Top 1, shoutout sa'yo. Noy Pits ako, Kuya Noy Pits ako, shoutout. Yan. Mia Suzuki, Kuya David Ilagan, shoutout to you. Siyempre, shoutout din siyempre sa mga... At ito guys, isi-share ko tong kanilang channel. Hello, Chinekwa, shoutout At please do support. Ayan na guys, yung nakapin po dyan sa taas, that's the channel of Champ Nonito, Donaire, and Rachel Donaire. Please do support and subscribe to their channel. I'll be right back guys. Pakiusap lang, hello. Pakiusap guys, please do subscribe that what you call this, yung nakapin po dyan sa comment section, that's the channel of Champ Nonito and Miss Rachel. So please do subscribe to the channel. We're gonna start the show, of course. In 9 o'clock, siguro 9 minutes from now, they're gonna be here, they're gonna be joining us, di ba? So paki-share lang po to guys, tong live natin. ilapag nyo na po yung link kay Papa Tricks. Di ba? Sino pa nandito? Oy, shoutout Kiva. Shoutout to you, Nanay France. Ate Esther TV, yan, shoutout. Morning, Sir DJ Byron, yan. Shoutout po sa inyo. Gandang umaga, Kiva. Dorothy Lusong, shoutout po sa inyo. Yan, Hanis My January, hello. Di ba? Base TV in the house. Pakishare lang po to guys. Share nyo po sa Facebook. Di ba? Share natin guys. Share natin to. Di ba? Sino pa nandito? Si Ma'am Lenny Pedriana, shoutout po sa inyo. Nanay Esper. Yan, di ba? Madam Lulu, hello to you, Madam Lulu, ha? Mrs. Loquiao, long time, Mrs. Loquiao, ha? Siyempre, Ate Keiko Chan, maraming salamat sa pag-member. John Frederick Malibago. Yan, di ba? Sino pa nandito? Kaaruba! Yun, gising na gising si Kaaruba. Yan, sa lahat po na nandito, once again, welcome to another live discussion by yours truly. Jollibee, hindi. DJ Byron, Music and Topic TV. You know. So, madali lang, ayusin natin itong camera ko. Yun. Madali lang guys, madali. Okay. Alright guys, we are back. Yon, may inayos lang ako. But anyway, yun nga sinasabi ko no na this the topic that we have, sana po lahat kayo dito makarelate. This is a very good topic to discuss. Especially na 'di ba na kung may mag-asawa at of course mag-boyfriend and mag-girlfriend, it's gonna help a lot, 'di ba? And syempre we want to invite someone na expert. Hindi naman expert siguro, pero expert dahil because of their chemistry and also as husband and wife. 'Di ba? Itong dalawan talaga to. We're gonna learn a lot from them. We're gonna hear a lot from them. Experience beyond and outside the ring. 'Di ba? So maganda po 'tong pag-uusapan namin. Kaya maraming salamat sa lahat, guys. Paki-share lang po 'tong live stream natin ngayon. Alam ko medyo matagal akong hindi nakakapag-live stream no because of syempre busy na rin tayo. And again guys, yung nakapin po dyan na comment sa comment section na dyan sa comment section na tawag dito na link. That's the YouTube channel of Champ Nonito and Miss Rachel Donaire. Yan. So, paki-share lang po siya. Paki-share lang po, okay? Yan. So maraming pong salamat sa inyo lahat. Paki-share lang po to. At ayun. Siyempre, shoutout mo tayo. Marami na rin silang pumunta rito, no? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It's going to be you know, ako excited ako eh. Excited ako kasi syempre, 'di ba, first time. And it's not only first time but again, 'di ba, para ma-interview natin yung mga taong ganito, 'di ba, na talaga naman na you know, he brought a lot. Isa lang dalawa na talaga nagbigay ng tawag dito ng honor sa country, especially in the Philippines, especially Champ Nonito, no? Kaya talagang I'm very thankful to these two people. At tinagyan na stutter ako kasi paano ba? Ano bang tawag sa term? What do you call that term? Starstruck. Di ba? So, yeah, maraming pong salamat sa inyo lahat, and you guys are awesome. Yan, interesting topic yan, DJ Bar, and of course, very special guest you'll be having today. Yes, tama. Diba? Marami tayong matututunan. Yan, Papa Trix TV, maraming salamat Maraming salamat sa pag-share niyo lang po to, paki-share lang po at 'di ba? Para at least maraming makarelate at marami tayong matutunan. Naririnig niyo ba guys? Paki-press 1 lang po kung naririnig niyo yung background music natin na celebration. It's Friday. It's Friday night here in the United States. Of course, it's Saturday afternoon there in the Philippines. So hopefully guys, you will enjoy the weekend, diba? Enjoy your weekend with your family, with your loved ones, diba? Stay away from any stress. Kung meron man mga bagay na nangyayari na it's not favoring, hindi pumapabor sa atin, it's okay. It's part of life, diba? Importante ito, they always look forward, diba, sa positivity. That's very important. Especially right now, we're still in pandemic. So, diba, instead na pagpaka-negative tayo or meron tayong mga bagay na palagi tayong sige po, lalagyan ko ng jacket. Meron tayong mga bagay na pinagbibigyan ng pansin, di ba? So, mag-stay na lang tayo, stay positive as always, di ba? Doon tayo. Paano ba maglagay ng jacket? Ayan, si Ma'am Maricel Ison. Lagyan po kita ng jacket. Ayun. Kaya maraming pong salamat sa inyo lahat. So, this is going to be a very wonderful topic. No? I'm looking forward. I'm really excited na itong guest natin na makapagbigay sa atin ng inspiration, 'di ba? And syempre, first time nila siguro sa YouTube eh. Yeah, first time nila sa YouTube. So, we have a lot of questions for them, to both of them, kung ano ba yung kanilang ina-expect dito sa social media, and of course, outside dun sa pagiging boksingero ni Champ, di ba? At pagiging trainer ni Miss Rachel, marami tayong matutunan, guys. Yeah, so shoutout po sa nila, Tol Top 1, yan, shoutout po. Di ba? So, it's going to be a wonderful. And guys, share ko lang yung kanilang page para makita nyo, di ba? And please do support their channel. Again, subscribe to their channel. Meron silang ano dito. Video. Wala pa silang band. And then later, kung meron kayong mga question, diba, para sa kanila, magkaroon tayo ng chance. Magkaroon kayo ng chance to ask question, diba? Ito. Baka pwede ko ito ngayon. Pwede ko ito i-share. Ayan. Dali lang Let me stop my music and share ko lang tong kanilang video. Hopefully they don't mind na pakita ko sa inyo yung kanilang video. Paano ba to? First time ko ulit gumamit kasi ng StreamYard eh. Yan. Share screen. Paano ba? Yan. Share. Yan. Nakikita nyo ba guys? Nakikita nyo? Ito. Papanoorin nyo muna tong kanilang video. Meron bang ano? Yan. Nice. So yan guys, yan yung video na pwede ko may share sa inyo. Ano ba 'to? Ayun, all right. So just a video clip of their YouTube channel. So please do subscribe to their channel. Please do share their channel to your friends and family. 'Di ba? At syempre, wala naman kayong ibang makukuha kay Champ. Panay positive vibes lang, no? Kaya please do what you call this, do support their channel. 'Di ba? Yun ang dapat ang maging maganda sa community na meron tayo dito as a content creator, as a YouTuber. We always want to support each other, no? And we want to stay away from any negative, negative na mga pangyayari. I mean, we can encounter those kind of events, 'di ba? As we journey dito sa YouTube, no, or sa social media. Pero we have a choice. We have a choice and we have an option, 'di ba, not to entertain those. So, and we're gonna learn a lot. We're gonna learn a lot kasi maganda 'to pag-uusapan natin, 'di ba? And of course, syempre, they've been married for 12 years now. Yeah, 12 years. So malalaman din natin yung kanilang mga, kanilang mga sekreto, husband and wife. Tagal mo di kasi nag-live DJ Byron. Yes, matagal po akong di nagla-live kasi tawag dito, medyo busy po ako eh. Meron din ako mga ginagawa eh. Nagbebenta ako ng unggoy. Hindi, meron kasi tayong ginagawang mga priority sa buhay, no? Kaya hindi rin ako nakapag-live. Pero it's okay. It's okay lang po yun, Ma'am Marisol Iso, no? Importante naman minsan-minsan nagla-live tayo, nagbibigay tayo ng mga personal development topic. Yan ang pinaka-importante kasi yan ang aking forte, no? Nandiyan ako sa industry ng personal development. So, doon tayo magpo-focus. Especially right now, 'di ba? Marami tayong kababayan. Shoutout bro, Jory Pasimuno, shoutout ah. Marami tayong kababayan ngayon na, it's not, hindi lang sa pagiging stress sa, tawag dito, hindi lang pagiging stress sa COVID, di ba? Siyempre, may mga na-stress din sa mga, di ba, sa mga bagay-bagay na hindi nila na-expect na nangyayari. Di ba? So we gonna focus more on that personal development topic. At doon ako mag-stay. Unlike before na, nasa politics tayo, stuff like that na medyo, alam niyo naman, hindi naman tayo nakikisali sa ganyan eh. Kasi, I always wanna give you guys value in the things that we share, we discuss in my channel, and that's my goal. Diba, importante po sa akin yan. Napaka-importante sa akin yan. Kaya, pagka may negative, we can talk about it, but we're not gonna focus on it. We're not gonna be like, really, kasi baga magstay sa mga ganyang issue dahil number one is may dadagdag ba sa atin na positive. Number 2, na-stress lang tayo. Number 3, next thing you know, nasasak in ka na Oy, Keiko Chan, shoutout ha. Thank you sa TJ Pogi. Thank you. Mas pogi yung guest natin ngayon, syempre. Diba? Tawag dito, nawala na tuloy ako. Blue Blell, shoutout po sa inyo. Yun nga, nakaka-stress, diba? Kaya we wanna avoid those kind of. Yun na, nandito na sila. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen guys, let's stop muna natin itong music natin. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate this couple na very, very special guest natin for tonight. And I'm very, very thankful talaga sa kanila kasi pinagbigyan nila invitation ko. I was not, siguro, ang kulit ko rin. Pero I wasn't expecting, but I appreciate this couple. At then, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome, of course, Miss Rachel and Nonito Donaire. Yun,
Hi! He likes to run
Hello.
and bite.
Yun, Yun. Kamusta? How are you guys?
Very good. Kumusta ka?
Yeah. Ito, ayos lang. Palaitin natin na. Yun, para
Yeah.
makita nila. Yun.
Ano na ako is nag-ano ko sa the time, yung Halloween. I'm
Yun,
a
nagpe-prepare ka.
ninja Kakarot.
Oo.
Yeah, Ninja Goku.
Yun.
Hey guys in the chat.
Yun.
So,
So,
hello po sa inyo lahat.
yun guys. So, shoutout mo muna sila, Champ. And baka gusto mo mate, Miss Rachel and Champ Nonito.
Yeah, let's just go down.
Sa
George
lahat po.
Pasimuno, Esther TV, Ohelea, Joric Pasimono. You can read some too.
Keiko Chan,
Yun.
Tap 1, Base TV, all hell Leia. Zenza na, hindi ako makabasa eh. Wala yung glasses ko eh.
Got Oruba
Yeah.
TV. Hi guys, thanks for tuning
Yes,
in.
thanks for tuning in.
And also, yeah, and also guys, please support their channel. Their channel, inakapin po dyan sa comment section, no? Beyond the Ring with Champ Nonito and Miss Rachel Donaire.
Yes, please. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much.
So, yeah. So, anyway, I medyo late na rin, no? I don't want to take too much of your time. So, let's start the topic. And the topic that we have for today, and of course, we want to hear from you guys, especially you guys na talagang, 'di ba? Kung sa baga, you guys are as a couple, 'di ba? You are also like partner in the business in the boxing, 'di ba? Especially pagtitrain mo kay Champ Miss Rachel, no.
Yes.
So, ang topic natin for today is couples goal. Yon, 'di ba? Couples goal. Ano yung mga goal natin as a couple? Siyempre, we wanna hear it from you guys. So, una kong tatanungin dito, siyempre si Champ, 'di ba? Champ, ano ang definition, ano ang definition mo when it comes to couple goals?
I think the definition is being one, no? Na we're always growing at saka nandun yung understanding sa isa't isa kasi minsan we have different perspective, no? So I believe na ang goals ko is to keep growing with her na maintindihan niya ako at maintindihan ko rin siya at kung hindi man kami mag-iintindihan, magrerespeto na lang yung perspective namin sa isa't isa.
Yon. About ikaw naman, Miss Rachel?
For me, it's really about like just continuously building the friendship and growing as an individual, as a human being. Because you have to love yourself first before you love somebody else, diba? So while we're growing as like myself and him growing as himself, we also have to grow as a couple. So then we can continue down this path of life together.
Yun, napakaganda. And it's very, very important, di ba? It's very, very important na talagang yung goal niyo will be like, just like one. Di ba? Siyempre, may mga couple dyan minsan na hindi sila what you call this, hindi sila nag-meet sa gitna at nangyayari, nagkakaroon ng, di ba, nagkakaroon ng disconnection. Di ba?
Yes.
Kayo guys, kayong dalawa talagang, di ba, from husband and wife, napunta kayo ngayon from trainer to boxer. So, pwede niyo bang ma-share paano kayo napunta doon at ano yung naging deciding factor na Miss Rachel na let me train my husband as a boxer. And ayun na naging deciding factor sa iyo, Cham, na let me have my wife as my trainer.
Yeah, so yung experience ko is before alam ko na taekwondo lang siya, 'di ba? So for me, I've always looked down on her na boxing is different than taekwondo. You know, yun yung sinasabi ko palagi sa kanya. And even though she's always had great insights, I've never given it time because I've always judged her as a taekwondo person, you know? So yun nga, as the time went on, she's always was there kahit matigas yung ulo ko. She's always been there for me. At saka minsan nagsasalita siya at saka maganda yung sinasabi niya. But then of course, hindi ko naman in-replace yung team ko muna because sa isip ko nga mayroon nga akong judgment na taekwondo lang yung alam niya, 'di ba? So even though magaling yung mga salita niya, yung mga advice niya sa akin, still I was very hard-headed na matigas talaga yung ulo ko. At saka sabi ko na lang na sige, I'll just try stuff here and there. And then it came to a point where nahirapan ako sa laban. Ang unang tiningnan ko is si Rachel, si Madam.
But I wasn't in the corner.
Yeah, kahit wala siya sa corner dati. Kasi yung sinasabi ng mga corner parang hindi ko naririnig eh. Even though it was good.
Yeah.
Even though maganda yung mga salita nila, pero nahihirapan ako magintindi yung sinasabi nila or to hear. Hindi ko marinig yung sinasabi nila. So with her, doon ako nakatitig sa kanya, nakatingin kay Madam here, and whatever she said, parang nakuha ko kaagad. At saka parang nandun na sa isip ko, whatever, because we always have the conversation. And
Mm.
so the last fight ba, or yeah,
Yung
so yung the last fight with Obale, it came to a point na, with the circumstances of the COVID, pinalit namin yung camp, and then we had a lot of conversation. Nag-usap kami palagi, at saka nung lumaban ako, lahat ng usapan namin, it was already in my head. So even na
Ah.
pag sinabi niya sa akin, nakuha ko kaagad. Parang lahat ng goals, lahat ng mga sinabi namin, lahat ng mga strategy and objectives, parang nakuha ko talaga kaagad, because of our communication, no, siguro, at saka yung
Mm.
yung boses niya talaga, parang nakukuha ko kaagad. So with that, I looked really good sa laban with Ubale, because lahat ng game plan namin na-execute ko, eh, and
Tama.
thanks to her. But then I came to realize, of course, even before that, na maganda talaga yung mata niya when it comes down uh to creating a strategy.
Mm.
And that's when I learned to respect that,
Mm.
and and yeah, she's brilliant.
Ikaw naman, Miss Rachel, ano yung naging deciding factor mo na let me train my husband. Let me step in and be the trainer aside just being a wife.
Well, it wasn't yung decision ko. It was really his. At yung
Mm.
situation, like he was saying, it forced us to have to adjust. Kasi yung COVID, merong tao sa team that they were training other boxers din. And then so yung exposure to COVID, kasi okay, so they're going to another gym, they're training X amount of other boxers. Those boxers have sparring partners pa. We don't know if they're
Mm.
going out,
That's
so
true.
it was getting too stressful. So that's why we closed yung camp so close. We had si Tony Diaz at the call, and then isang sparring partner lang then.
Yeah.
So it was so just out literally is out of yung quarantine, yung situation with the COVID
Mm.
test that we had to continuously do. But when we were, when he first asked me, it wasn't like kagad I said, okay, sige.
Yeah.
We had to have a really long talk kasi yung concern ko, of course, bilang yung manager, I already was getting attacked for being in the industry. So of course, I understood that being yung trainer niya, ay nako, how much more is gonna
Yeah.
come? At
Mm.
I really had to think about that. And then yung communication, kasi now it wasn't just sa gym lang. Yung, when we get home sa bahay, it will follow. Diba? So we could be cooking dinner and I start saying something about boxing. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning, and we're reviewing tapes at 3 o'clock in the morning because we're just at home together, and we
Mhm.
can there really is no time stop on us being able to communicate everything that we're thinking.
Yeah.
And so of course it wasn't just like I said, just bigla. I said okay, sure. Like we tested it in yung sparring. Will he listen, or the things that I see? At this also came from a very long time ago when I was still competing and he was competing.
Yeah.
The exercises that we would do were completely different. At
Yeah.
of course, yung traditional boxing training is go run 10 miles. At he would say, it's Saturday, let's go run 10 miles, and I don't run. So I had to explain to him why I don't run.
Yeah.
At yung mentality ng taekwondo was more of a sprint instead of
Mhm.
yung long distance, diba? We're not
Yeah.
pacing. Like you have 3 minutes to get in your points, 3 rounds, or the match is over and you're done. So you really had to push parang yung hit, diba? Yung
Yes.
high intensity.
Yes.
So it took him a while to understand that. Pero yung running for him isn't yung like isn't mandatory, pero the way it's like his meditation. It's like a moving meditation for him. Like so he doesn't listen to music when he runs. At the gym there's no music. So it's
Oh,
parang
really?
it helps his mental, like your mental state,
Yeah.
really.
Well, I always pag nag-training ako, kailangan kong makausap yung thoughts ko eh, yung
Yes.
makita ko yung thoughts ko at parang kung ano man yung thoughts ko alam ko na yung sitwasyon ng I understand my thoughts where I'm going with it. Kung positive ako or negative ako. And then doon po ako nag-adjust. Pag negative pag pagod ako like today, nag-sparring ako ng 6 rounds. Pagod yung katawan ko because I'm very sore, no? Friday na eh. And
Yeah.
so mabagal ako. So I'm like, and I'm cursing in my head. Ba't ang bagal ko ngayon? Ba't ang bagal ko ngayon? I'm like, wait a minute. Ba't sinasabi ko naman yun? Mabilis ako. And then all of a sudden, bumilis na ako. Every round. And kaya nga we're always feeling that, kung ano man yung feeling natin sa katawan natin, nagpapadala tayo eh.
Mm-mm.
Diba? Minsan, pagising mo sa umaga, inaantok ka pa rin. And then you snooze for 5 minutes. And then you snooze again. And then pagkatapos nun, wala na talaga eh. Ayaw mo na. Sabihin mo na sa sarili mo, gagawin ko yan bukas.
Yeah.
This time, when my body tells me na pagod ako, sasabihin ko, no, di ka pagod. This is just only a feeling kasi ayaw mo na talagang So I have to tell my body kasi kontrolado ko yun eh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like emotion din natin, no? Kontrolado natin yung emotion natin pag kinokontrol natin rather than having the anger or the emotion taking control over us. 'Di ba? Doon it's the same din sa katawan natin eh. If we listen to our body, sometimes masaya yung katawan natin and it's good. But then minsan ayaw ng katawan natin.
Yes.
If we listen to our body, then wala tayong mapupuntahan. Because it's just being honest, but doesn't mean that hindi natin makakaya.
Yes.
So yun nga, with our emotion, ganun din, di ba? If we fall with our emotion, kung ano man yung emotion natin, if it's anger, disappointment, then ang katawan natin ay ma-feel din anger and disappointment. Kasi yun ang nilalagay natin sa sarili natin eh. Yun ang nilalagay sa isip natin. Yun ang nilalagay sa katawan natin. Kaya nga, pag ganun yung katawan natin, pag ilalagay natin na positive, kaya ko to, I'm very energetic, then your body will learn to push itself.
Yeah.
Kaya nga with the relationship, go ahead.
Were you guys surprised about the outcome that Miss Rachel training you champ and you champ having Miss Rachel as a trainer and also as a wife? Kasi yung like what you said, no, kung ano yung nasa isip mo, and it's a goal as a couple goal also, di ba? For the boxing na may goal kayo for both, di ba? Syempre, number one, maging champion ka ulit, champ, which is nangyari during na nung tinitrain ka ni Miss Rachel. Were you guys surprised na yung chemistry nyo as a boxer and a trainer nag-click kagad? And you guys already get the result na nakuha nyo from the last fight?
Yung dati muna, rewind for a few years, she's always trained me with strength and conditioning. So the trust was there already. And then, of course, yung sinabi nga niya, we try to test it in sparring. And to be honest, I'm not surprised because lahat ng ginawa namin sa sparring has been done completely. So for us na nangyari yon, although surprised ako na parang easy yung dating sa laban, but lahat naman ng sinabi niya, ginawa ko talaga yun. So
yeah. I mean, I wasn't surprised kasi like talaga if he listened, then alam ko that he can beat Ubali. The thing is that yung old habits niya at to break yung old habits niya, yung old thinking niya, kasi he was starting to fall in love with yung power, right? At it was just becoming just one shot. He wasn't doing some of the most basic things to help him win a match. And so it's almost like I'm having to press the remind button. Like remember what you were good at, don't fall in love with the power. Because the thing is, it's so easy when you see like something that you're like, oh, I could take this out really quickly. You start to lose all the strategy that we just put together. But like for us, like it's just because we do it so much in the gym. We practice in the gym, so fight night it's basically like a bigger sparring ring. like it's, we talk, and he also says to yung other cornermen that whatever they want to say, if they want to say something, they have to tell me between the rounds because he doesn't want yung gulo. That's something that's happened before, and I think of course, with maraming lalaki sa boxing at yung corner, there's always like sometimes there's like a weird hierarchy,
Yeah.
and it becomes detrimental. Well, kasi I'm his manager, and I'm his strength conditioning, and I'm his head trainer. And we've been, this group has been together for so long. They have a high level of respect for me that
Yes.
parang their ego doesn't come in because we're all family. We've been together for so long. It's not like someone needs to take yung spotlight. In actuality, see, Basil was signed with commission as the head trainer at the I and he wanted me to be signed. But when we talked to the commission, he's like, listen, unless you are pretty experienced and you know all the rules, you could get sanctioned or fined or suspended if you do something that is against the corner rules. And
Right.
so I talked to Basil, young cutman, and I told him, I was like, dude, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know all the rules of being a young head trainer, having young title, having young license young head trainer. And he goes, it's just the title. I'll take the title. And he's like, yeah, but you talk. And I was like, okay, so since it's not really like a rule that I can't talk if I'm not the head trainer,
Yeah.
that's why, because if you notice, Basil had the mic. Because no one, they're only basing it on yung TV is only basing it on yung paperwork.
Yes.
So they mic'd Michael Basil, and that's why you couldn't really hear yung voice ko because they didn't mic me. They didn't think I was going to be the one talking.
Got it. Got it. Nice, nice. So siguro next question ko, champ, no? The chemistry of you two. Inseparable kayo eh. 'Di ba? Aside from being husband and wife. You consider your both of you guys like best friends aside from husband and wife?
More so than anything.
I think yung pinakauna namin is para kami best friend eh. Before being husband and wife, being in love, being ganon-ganon, I think we're just parang best friend po kami. Like,
But you love me first.
of course I love you.
First.
Yeah.
You said it first,
Yeah,
diba?
nga eh. Ibibigay ko na lang sa'yo.
You said it first.
Emotional ako eh.
So champ, you're the one who said it first.
I said it first. But,
But
wala. Talo ako sa'yo. Kasi ako, pag magmahal ako ng tao, magmahal talaga ako ng tao ng gusto.
ganon.
Yes. All in. Ganun ako, all in.
Tama.
Yeah, before anything else, best friend po kami. At kung ano man yun, nandun yung respeto, nandun yung love as well. But unang-una talaga is being best friend na talagang kung ano man yung mangyari, I will always have your back. I will always protect you, or you will always protect me, or basta yun na, yun guys, pag best friend kayo, parang makakaya mo lahat eh, na kung nandun man yung arguments, nandun man yung kasi if it's love, if it's ganon, pag ganon yung mga in love, minsan with the daily stress, with mga ganon responsibility, parang it becomes parang nalagay sa likod, like it's been placed in the back, so the love doesn't like mayroon pang mauna, no, the kids, the responsibilities, mga ganon. Everybody goes through that, but being friends na talagang kung kailangan yung tulong, nandun ako sa kanya, nandun din siya sa akin.
How about ikaw, Miss Rachel?
Yeah, I think that's yung pinaka important thing sa importante and as far as a relationship, because like it, like you were saying, and we've seen, like, we've been together for 13 years now at maraming tao na,
Congratulations.
thank you. Marami, there's a lot of people that, diba, we watch it all the time. They get married, maybe 5 years down the road, 7, 10, whatever. They don't stay together because they say they fell out of love. If you
Yes.
don't have something that's stronger than that, as in love, right? They fall
Mm,
out of love because they're not in love anymore. If
mm,
your love basis isn't at least at the friend level, then you can't. There's nothing to fall back on. And that's always been the best thing about us, that we've always put this foundation of yung trust at yung friendship. So palagi we're always together at the sa gym, and then yung even yung girls night out ko, like he comes sometimes and because they love him, and then he'll go out with the guys and they'll be like, oh, is Rachel coming? Because it's like parang like we don't, when we go out with yung friends, or let's just say yung lahat ng girls or lahat ng boys, we're not over there like ano yung cupcaking, yung making out in the
mm.
corner or
Yeah,
holding
yeah,
hands. We're not
yeah.
like that. I mean, like we
Uh-huh.
are like that when the time is appropriate,
Yes.
but they know I we can just hang out, like friends, and I think that's the best part of it.
Tsaka
Yeah.
unang-una na dapat kalimutan is expectation. Kasi hindi naman na in love kami every day.
And
Yes.
No, hindi naman kami in love every day. There's responsibilities. There's kids, there's the
yeah,
dishes, there's the laundry, there's the work, there's the management, there's the training, 'di ba? And there's times na I look into her eyes just randomly and then she looks back into me and then we're in love again.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Kaya nga ipaalis niyo yung mga expectation because hindi makakaya yung in love every day, every moment, every second.
Tama.
It's too much. It's
Yeah.
the world is not perfect.
So like John, what you're saying is like if it's like should I say pagka magkaibigan na oras tayo. Pagka mag-trainer and boxer na oras, dun tayo nagfo-focus. Then iba naman yung husband and wife. 'Di ba? Kasi siguro marami na surprise like me, ako na surprise din ako. So I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, champ, no, and Miss Rachel, is this the first in the history of boxing na ang nagtitrain sa boxer is the wife?
hmm I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yeah.
We've looked at yung
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've looked at somewhere merong there's a brother training like a
A brother or even a husband
A
training.
mother
husband
and a
training a
brother.
female,
Yeah.
pero yung opposite hindi.
Yeah. I think this is
Yeah.
the first time.
This
Yeah.
is the first time, and siyempre maraming tataas ang kilay na how they work this out. Kasi siyempre, of course, as a as a man, dominante tayo mga lalaki. But of course, 'di ba? And we are the head of the family. So at least kayo you guys, like really the goal for you guys like really works. 'Di ba? And yun nakikita natin yung resulta na you guys really work it out as not just as a couple, not just a friend, but also in the business of boxing, especially a trainer and and a boxer. 'Di ba? Which is nakaka-inspire kasi first ever wala kami nakikita. Ako wala naman akong nabalitaan. Even I did my research, wala talaga. And then yung fruit of your labors, like 'di ba, nagkakaroon talaga, 'di ba? Na-harvest nyo. So, it's very, very inspiring. Nakaka-inspired. And I'm pretty sure na maraming tao may inspired. 'Di ba? Especially pag nakikita kayong dalawa na the chemistry itself na ang tawag doon sa term inseparable. Tama ba?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
we've
want
always been like this.
yeah.
Yes.
But ang una nga talaga is to remove expectation. No, kasi expectation leads to judgment. For instance, my expectation of her as a woman, hindi niya makakaya maging coach or magiging knowledgeable with boxing. So when it came down to that, nung parang nalaman ko na-realize ko na pag na-in trouble ako, doon ako nakatingin sa kanya na naghahanap
Mm.
ng advice,
Yeah.
So, and from that point on, na-realize ko na importante siya sa corner ko kasi lahat naman it's our ability to connect.
Tama.
Yun nga hindi kami ma-separate all the time, kasama kami palagi eh. But because of that, nandun yung chemistry namin na alam namin yung anong nasa isip namin at we pretty much finish each other's sentence parang or read each other's mind.
hmm
Uh-huh. Yeah.
There's a
Para
lot of
mm,
jinxes. Jinx, jinx. Because we say the same thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My kids.
And wala naman dun sa point na, of course, I mean, nobody's perfect, no? Pero when I look at you guys, because naging trainer and boxer nga na mag-asawa, it's like almost perfect. Pero may times talaga na minsan nagkakaroon kayo ng mga misunderstanding and miscommunication.
I think with
It's
I
part of
think
life.
it's part of life, but I think yung ever changing environment that yung day, 'di ba? Parang I always have to make sure that yung priority ko is understanding muna.
Mm.
Kasi there's times, of course, like it's Friday. What was supposed to be done today that didn't get done this entire week, and then when you get your head into that thought of like, well, I asked him to do this, but he didn't, and then you start blaming the other person instead of understanding, having you compassion that,
Mm.
well, maybe he didn't do it because he was tired, because he was, like he said, his body hurt
Yeah.
today at the so like when you have empathy and compassion for the other person, then if you have the ability to do so, for example, the dishes or taking out the trash, then just do it na lang. Like there's no, and that goes hand in hand when I have my time of the month where I don't want to do anything and watch. You always bring it up, and and I like, all I just want to do is stay on the couch at the with my blanket and just watch TV all day. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
My head hurts. And he knows. So it's a trade. It really is. When he can't do something, I do it, and if I can't do something, he does it. But you have to take away yung blaming, and finger pointing, kasi no
Tama.
one in this world is perfect.
Yes.
Tama.
At saka yun lang talaga is hindi naman na ito yung problema namin dati is like I've always felt na palagi ka lang gusto mong ikaw yung maunang or always correct. You always want to be the one correct. It's never about being right or wrong. It's just our perception na she just wants to be right or I want to be right. It's a perception, and that's what gets us in trouble rather than yun nga is understanding, di ba? Because ito is becoming, for me, is becoming discipline for me. Pag nagagalit ako,
Yeah.
it's never about, man, this B, this B just gets on my nerves, right? It's never about that. Ngayon, it's just becoming to a point in my head. Sasabihin ko sa sarili ko, ano yung ginawa niya sa akin? Ano yung
Mm.
ginawa niya sa akin? Anong ginawa niya ngayon? Took care of the kids. Woke up this morning, took care of the kids, put them to school, and then naglinis, and then ganito, ganyan, ganito, ganyan. And ultimately, my root of the relationship yun, di ba?
Mm.
And ngayon, nagmamahalan kayo. You guys
Tama.
are best friend, nagmamahalan kayo. And it's never about to hurt other people or isa-isa. Hindi naman talaga yun eh. Minsan it's frustration. Minsan it's an emotion, At kaya nga it's best to look at the good side, to be disciplined, to look at the beauty of the positivity. Kasi it's so easy. Kasi it's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to be mad. It's so easy to fall for the whole traditional thinking. So for me, it's just more of learning na she's always there for me, you know.
Mhm.
And it's okay. It's okay to say, you know what, you're having a bad day today. How can I help you?
Yes. Yes.
Yung communication is such a huge part. Like there's days that like let's just say I'm supposed to do the dishes today, and it's 9 o'clock. I'm not going to do the dishes, and I'm just like, yeah, it'll still be there tomorrow morning. I'll do it tomorrow morning. But at least I'm addressing it. Because it usually, most of the arguments is because we're expecting yung partner to read our minds,
Yes.
Yes.
and as close as we are, I still can't do that.
Mhm.
Minsan
And
nakakalimutan ko, minsan nakakalimutan niya. So it's just again removing that expectation and
yeah.
and becoming understanding instead.
Yeah. And of course, one of the couple's goal natin, it's like keep the fire burning. How do you guys keep the fire burning? Like yung how do you guys like keep your love growing each and every day? 'Di ba? Kasi like what Miss Rachel said earlier, yung mga hindi ko rin maintindihan yun yung mga taong nagsasabi na, "Oh, nawala na ako ng pagmamahal sa kanya." Kasi it's like, you guys were married, you guys swear in the church, of course, in front of Jesus Christ. Pero kayo, how do you guys keep the fire burning as
Well,
husband and wife?
I think the first question about that is ano yung love language mo?
Mm,
Why do you feel that that person doesn't love you, or it's not being communicated to you, where you feel you're not receiving it in that way? At once people take that and they, share their results with their partner, they'll understand. Before, a lot of guys think, if I give her flowers or buy her gifts, then I'm showing her I love her, diba? But
yes.
when we did the love language, it showed that mine, to show me that you love me, is actually acts of service.
Mm,
And that would mean taking something off my plate. Like you said, like I bring the kids to school, they come home, I do their homework, I'm dealing with his laundry, and at the of course the laundry of you boys, then the dishes, the dogs, and there's so many things.
yeah,
But if I see he's trying to take that load off for me, um, that's showing to me that he loves me. And then like later on that night, I will feel like he helped me through that day, and that's how I accept love. But him, yours is totally different. I think most guys are like you though.
Touch.
Yeah. See, and do you see how I'm always touching him?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
this is his thing. This is how I show,
yeah.
or he
Affection,
receives affection.
affection, yeah.
Um it's not so much me doing yung dishes or yung laundry. Wala. That's nothing for him. It's not that it's nothing, but it's not how he accepts love as his communication that I love him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, everything is very difficult to maintain if you don't practice the things you want to learn. Diba? Like for us, the love languages, it's not something that can be done easily. It has to be done consistently. Like everything in life, it has to be done consistently. But then, kung alam mo na, nandun na yun sa isip mo eh. But then, of course, responsibility din natin as
Mhm, mhm.
guys na minsan, hindi na feel nila, but then you want it, and then sometimes you just have to respect that. It doesn't mean na kailangan mo ngayon, ganito, ganyan, and you wanna, magagalit ka. Kasi before, nagagalit ako dati, I'm like, I'm this and this and that, but hindi mo ako binibigyan. I used to get really
Mm,
mad,
yeah.
really upset. And I started to realize that, it's
I'm
not all,
tired.
it's not all about me. It's not all about me.
Yes.
Yun nga is just being understanding and seeing the partnership na na ito yung ginawa niya. Wala naman akong ginawa. Nag-training lang ako eh. You
Tama.
know? And then, so that's why ngayon, then I start to do a lot of the stuff para makatulong ako sa kanya. And then she feels loved that way.
In our days easier because I usually I'll come to bed at like 11 p.m., right?
Mm.
At Then he wants to spend time with me at 11 p.m. Young boys get up at maybe 5:45 in the morning. I'm the one who gets them up and ready to go and brings them to school. So that's about what, maybe 7 hours. That's if I sleep right when I hit my head on the pillow. But and
I
so
can help you.
and so and young boys go to sleep at 7 p.m. So it's not like I'm still taking care of them from 7 to 11. But from 7 to 11, I have to get yung gym bag ready ko, yung breakfast, clean the table, vacuum, laundry. Is the laundry going to be done by the time I go to sleep? Because he doesn't like it sitting overnight because then it'll smell the next morning.
Mhm.
So all those things. But if those things are done, let's just say by 8 or 9, that gives us 2 hours to actually spend time together instead of trying to catch up on that time at 11 p.m. at night when yung body ko at yung mind ko already checked out na kasi I'm tired.
Exhausted. Yeah, exhausted. Yeah.
And then a responsibility din sa mga lalaki is aside from removing the expectation, it's also allowing gratitude to flow in your heart na kahit may oras kayo or 30 minutes na just to have a conversation, just say thank you to that. You
Mhm.
know, even na hinalikan ka or give you a big hug, say thank you to that. Kasi
Yes.
parang in-expect natin yun, eh. Ngayon nga, remove the expectation, 'no? Kasi that way ma ma you'll have gratitude
Mhm.
for every little thing na ibinigay sa'yo ng asawa mo. You know, yung the I love yous, the hugs, the kisses, doesn't necessarily have to be all the way, you know. Just
Mhm.
be grateful na nandun yung relationship nyo. You guys are together and understanding each other. Yun lang, eh, magpapasalamat tayo dapat sa
Tama.
lahat ng nangyayari sa buhay natin.
Tama. And I think dumadaan tayo doon sa stage na yun, champ. I mean, ako hindi ko naman sasabihin na hindi ako dumaan sa stage na ngayon na bakit wala, 'di ba? And it's like more on being really open-minded and really what you call this na intindihin talaga kung ano ba nangyayari that day. Especially my wife, she works from home. She's been working from home for like almost I don't know 10, 15 years now. And yeah, and ngayon mas naiintindihan ko na kung bakit. And like also what I said no na yung isa ko natutunan na yung if yung panliligaw, if you want to have an intimate moment at the nighttime. One thing na naituro sa akin is yung pagpo-foreplay is nag-start sa umaga. Hindi yung tipong you touch your partner already, but it's like
Mhm.
giving her like a very very good morning smile, di ba, things like that na minsan sa babae, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Rachel, na a simple smile, a simple I love you, a simple things that it really makes a different for them, especially if they're having a really really like bad day or stuff like that, di ba?
Yeah, it does. It does because you're communicating. Like I said, we can't read yung mind mo.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
And you like instead of expecting them to feel like, well, they should know, diba?
Yes,
Yung verbal communication um, is huge.
yes,
Women like to communicate.
that's true, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. And ngayon, what my one of my question now that you guys are, I don't know kung ilang taon ka pa Cham sa boxing. What is your goal as a couple sa mga natitirang years ni Cham Nonito ni Cham dito sa boxing industry?
I mean, I think with him wanting to get yung undisputed title, that's like a huge thing. At the while we're still in this space, to be able to with his name right now, be able to be impactful um, and influence the younger boxers that are coming up, and hopefully give them some guidance and advice as to how to really look out for themselves, that yung circle, their family circle is important, that so is their team. We want to show how it should be, how it can be. It can be really healthy if you build it that way.
Hmm. Ikaw naman Champ.
No, gano'n din sa akin, na makatulong ako at maka-inspire ako, at, motivate ako ng mga boksingero na maipakita ko sa kanila na makakaya din nila, how to be a world champion or how to, if you are a world champion, how to carry yourself with dignity and integrity. Yun lang po is to, gano'n po ako I want to show them and show na makatulong ako. Yun nga pinaka-ano ko, eh, aside from becoming world, undisputed, gusto kong ma maipakita sa kanila na yung pinakamalaking tulong na maibibigay ko sa kanila.
Yun. So, outside, ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin outside the boxing industry. Kasi ngayon, Champ and Miss Rachel, nasa social media world na kayo. And the social media industry is a very, very, should I say, nasty. Nasty na ito yung tipong ano eh, para kang nasa Hollywood na walang ano, na walang walang rules. Like anybody can say anybody anything that they want, they can do whatever they want. They feel they entitled to do whatever they want. 'Di ba? What is your goal? Of course, I've been joining from some of your live stream and I see wisdom from both of you guys 'di ba? As a husband and wife, 'di ba? So dito naman sa industry ng social media, after ng ano mo champ, after ng boxing mo, what is your couple goals on this? At what are you expecting?
Well, yun nga is of course to grow into a bigger channel, and as well na yung una talaga is makatulong ako sa lahat ng mga tao. Hindi lang sa boxing at yun nga lahat ng mga kung ano man yung makukuha ko dito sa YouTube or whatever, um, maibibigay ko at maitutulong ko yung nangingilangan. And I am very sincere with that. At saka of course, yung lahat ng mga boksingero na hindi sila nananakawan or hindi sila na not taken advantage of,
Yeah.
so kung ano man lahat magkita nila yung negotiation, wala kami tinatago. Yun nga, na makatulong ako in that sense na mabigyan nila ako ng trust kasi that's something that I want is for them to grow into something bigger and for
Mm,
them na makaipon din sila at the end of the day, hindi lang
mhm.
na wala silang nakukuha. As you see now, there's really no one sa boxing ngayon kahit nagiging world champion na may nakukuha sila or they may be able to buy stuff but in the long run wala silang mapupuntahan. And for us, gusto ko may guide sila na sa future is safe for them kahit hindi na sila nagbo-boxing.
Mm. And you're gonna use the power champ, the power of social media because everybody right now in social media because of the pandemic. Like even me, I mean, I don't have a YouTube before. That because of the social media, I start doing YouTube, and then of course as a personal development coach, wala akong gig. So I use the YouTube to to use my talent and my skills. Ikaw din champ, you're looking forward to that. Use the platform social media because you can reach like unlimited amount of people here, especially na there's no like kamo ano sinasabi ko, walang border to eh. 'Di ba? All walks of life can be in YouTube and social media, 'di ba? So that's a very very good thing. About you, Miss Rachel, any thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I think we came here to really just show our truth. Kasi we're not really big social media people, and I think it's because we're always constantly thinking like, okay, yung picture to, what should the caption be at yung Twitter? What am I gonna say in 140 characters long? Like, like it's different. At I think yung words lang at yung pictures lang, they don't really tell a story. So what we wanted to do here, because we started joining other people's lives and things like that. It started, people were like, oh wow, you just barely talk and voila. Like we there's sometimes we apologize and we're like, sorry, the kids are yelling, like this is yung everyday life at the I want people to know, I almost want to be yung living example that if you saw some type of way of us before, um pero you never met us, you don't know us, at how we live and yung values that we live by. uh Hopefully this is really a an eye opener, that yung when you judge someone that you don't know, especially so social media,
Yes.
um that you really don't know that person, fully.
Yeah.
We've seen it both ways where there's a sweetheart on camera but outside of it they're horrible, and then we've also seen a horrible person in front of the camera but behind it they're helping a lot of people.
Mhm.
Besides that, I think yung what always scared us about social media is the weird, I guess for lack of a better word, the weird idolization of what these kids are idolizing right now. What are they putting at the top of their minds? It's instant gratification. It's gosh, I don't even know what at this point, but it's that one's a huge one to me. Like I think a lot of these their wrong goals are being highlighted,
Mhm.
or they're being highlighted in the wrong way. All the people are seeing is yung success, at no one's really talking about yung failures.
Yes.
At
Mhm.
it's like this scary world that our boys are growing up in at the I think they're lacking a lot of people to look up to. The people that they're looking up to is not exactly the best role models. At the they're starting to fail because of the wrong path, because they're thinking it's supposed to be easy. I'm supposed to be like this, and it's not supposed to be hard because then no one tells them the hard story.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot of what we want to do is highlight outside of the ring, highlight yung like we were talking about yung with champ Donnie. He went through mental issues with quarantine
Oo.
at yung COVID at the pero in the front at Instagram or Twitter or whatever, palagi he's smiling and positive and can't wait, but you don't know what goes behind. And when you open those up, people start to understand like, oh, I forgot they're just people too.
Yes, I see. So it's like you're trying to correct me if I'm wrong, like awareness.
Hmm.
Awareness, no? I think that's the term. And napakaganda kasi nga ay like what you said, Miss Rachel, that this social media is I think that's the word, nasty. Eh. There's a lot of there's bad and good things about social media, 'di ba? Na nakikita natin na people try to portray someone that they are not,
Hmm.
things like that. And kayo nga yung naiisip niyo, which is maganda, like si Champ, 'di ba, gusto niya tumulong na para hindi maisahan yung mga boxer natin sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Especially ikaw ba naisip mo ba yung woman empowerment, like you, because you as a trainer, and like I said, no, it's a this is first, 'di ba, na asawa, wife is a trainer of a boxer and a champion, and nagkaroon ng talagang maganda, and for sure it's going to be marami magiging maganda. So are you thinking about to do like woman empowerment? Like there's a lot of things like that na nangyayari, especially sa mga kababaihan.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing because like even where I stand right now, it's still a struggle to get yung respect, and it will always be that way. Pero if a little girl, like, sorry, where are you going? Okay, good because I'm thirsty too. So my friend's daughter, we had the after party for Nonito's for the Wally fight. At the young daughter niya, I think is 6. At the she was saying like, oh, I'm so proud of her, and my friend was like, you mean him? Nonito's him. He was like, no, I'm talking about Auntie Rachel. And she's like, really? And she goes, yeah, because she's a woman and she did it. So those little like heartwarming stories of kids seeing that, because I grew up in in that princess era. I was
Mm.
never that princess. I don't like dressing up and wearing heels. I
She's
like to,
Maleficent.
yeah, I'm Maleficent. I'm not Cinderella. I don't like to be saved. I don't, but that was such an old school thinking that um women can't stand up for themselves and they can't fight for themselves, and if they do, then they're this type of way. I want to show little girls that they don't. I mean, if they want to be a princess, then that's great. But if they choose not to be, that's not wrong either.
Mhm.
And to empower, to let them have a voice, to be able to say that they don't want to be a princess and be themselves.
Yeah.
But I think that really starts from a very young age at that, and by being able to provide them that view of there are women out there that are extremely trying to make a difference in this world, from their heart. At It's not an easy road. There's always going to be twists and turns, but that's a twist and turn for every single other road. No road's going to be easy unless you just give up completely.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And then importante din to for all the guys, no?
Mhm. Go ahead, Jim.
Um na to give an equal assessment to women, and yung machismo kind of thing, that it's okay. It's okay to give some, it's okay to be equal with the woman. It's okay to give respect to a woman. It's okay to, kasi minsan tinatago natin mga lalaki because sasabihin na, oh, under the saya, ganito, ganyan, when really the relationship is amazing, it's beautiful. The union is an equal part, and you can live your life without worrying about anybody else. You guys just becoming a man. Becoming a man is being honest, and honesty is the creation of the relationship. Na kaya nga with me and her, it's like, so there's times, most of the times na she'll say, let's do this. I'm like, okay. And then there's times I'm like, no, 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 let's go do this. I'm like, okay. It's a relationship that's done with respect. And it's time to remove ourselves to the old traditional mentality that women are lesser than men, because they're not. And in fact, they're so much more greater than us. Without them, di tayo maka-procreate. Without them, wala nang the humanity depends on them.
Because they haven't figured out how to grow a uterus yet. But what's interesting to me, and I always say this: any male that says, "Oh, under the saya, blah 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 blah," I question what experiences in their life has led to them being that insecure. Considering we have all been born by a woman, there has not been a child born by a man yet. So until that is done, you really can't. How do you turn around and say the figure that gave me life,
and that's
I'm going to spit on and never be underneath her? Where that's actually where you were born, is underneath. So I've always wanted to go into that topic, and that might be something we should talk about. But I always think that when guys say that, I'm like, what happened to you? Like, was your mom really strict that she smacked you, she palo all the time, so you're always scared of her? And now that you're a grown adult, you never want that to happen to you again. Parang, I don't know. I feel like there's
there's definitely that question. What you said hit the spot. Karamihan ng malalaki is they are not confident, and they have an issue with themselves of that. What is the word that you said? Is it the confidence, or what do you say? They don't have you just said, I lost my train of thoughts.
I don't know. I just spoke from my heart, and then I can't repeat
but that's what I'm saying is that insecure. The feeling of insecurity is a demise of the man's masculinity, because we are not able to stand up for our own. For me, I embrace my wife. I embrace the love that I have for my wife. I embrace the strength of my wife. I embrace her as my queen. Nah, she is as good, if not better, with the things that she does than I do. And I embrace that. And I'm okay with that. And I love that. Pero yung mga karamihan dyan na, ganito kanyan, kinokontrol ka ng asawa mo, that's insecurity. Because hindi mo binibigyan ng pagkakataon to create a woman of power. Kasi hindi mo nire-respeto yun eh. Parang ganun yung nasa isip.
Dumaan ka ba sa ganun stage, champ?
Oh yeah. Kaya nga, for a while, it was always me. It's me. Yeah. She's done everything for me. And when it came to a point now, I don't know if I already told you this story, and probably the people here didn't hear this story. Back in 2012, it was my voice. Ako yung making so much money. I was very popular, and then our relationship was falling apart. And kahit anong sasabihin niya, I don't want to hear about it. You're gonna do what I'm telling you to do.
Yeah.
And what happened was my relationship fell apart. And then a couple years after that, I walked into the courtroom. She drove me into the courtroom in Las Vegas. Pumasok ako sa building, sabi ng front desk.
You forgot the part where I threw the key at you.
She threw the key at me, and then she walked away. And then pumunta ako ng courtroom. Sabi ko, pumasok ako doon. Front lady told me na hindi to the building to file for divorce. So umalis ako, sabi niya, you go out and then you go to the next building. Umalis ako, lumabas ako, and then I realized, why the heck am I here? I don't believe in this. I still love her. So yun nga, sabi ko sa kanya, she walked to the bus station. I chased after her. Sabi ko sa kanya na, give me 1 year. Sabi ko, give me 1 year to realize what I did, or to find out the reason why nagkaganito tayo. And after that year, in that whole series of things, I read books, I went to seminars, I went and had a life coach, lahat ginawa ko lahat yun. And then I came to realize it was me, because I didn't respect her. I didn't look at her, and I was so self absorbed on everything that I was, and then of course, then that's when I started to learn na makisama. Doon ako nakita ko na mahal niya ako. Doon ko nakita na ang lahat ng ginawa niya sa akin, lahat ng napuntahan ko is because tinulungan niya ako.
Mhm.
I was empowered because of her. And so with that, I started to change my views about women. I was one of those guys who was raised traditionally that women were really lesser than guys, lesser than men. And then I came to realize that in order for us to be empowered, we need to respect our woman, because that way you can live happily with strength, and then you can gain the knowledge that they have, the wisdom that they have can be shared upon you, upon us, their power, their feminine energy. And so that's how we came to be, because of all those insecurities of my insecurities that led to that made me realize how important she is in my life.
Yeah. And I think ako din dumadaan din tayo sa stage, ako ganyan. It's like, I was thinking too na para bang walang nakikinig sa akin, hindi siya naniniwala sa akin. Things like insecurity, tama ka nga dun, champ eh. And of course, the ego of a man, because we are masculine, papasok ko yun. No, dapat makinig ka sa akin because alam ko na yan eh, ginagawa ko na yan. Ito magiging resulta niyan. Without even really considering na about her because she's your better half. 'Di ba?
Yes.
She's your better half. You like half of your brain is her brain, half of her brain is your brain.
Mhm.
'Di
Yes.
ba? Something like
Yeah.
that eh. So
And
dapat
together you're a whole. you know
You
yes.
guys talk for quick. I
I
just
I
gotta
I
check on
truly
yung
believe in that, no.
I gotta just check on yung voice.
Okay.
So you guys talk for quick.
Yeah,
Sorry, Byron.
so
I just gotta check on yung voice. I'll be back.
yeah, so yun nga, for
No,
me,
no.
um
No, no worries, Miss Rachel.
I'll be back. I'll
yeah,
be back.
yeah, she'll be back. She just want to check on the boys that they're okay.
Mm,
So again,
okay.
without her, I would not check on my boys, because I think that they're gonna be okay, because they're boys. But for her, she,
Yeah.
out of the women's mind, and that's something that we have to respect and love about that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, yun nga eh, with a one-sided energy that's flowing in your family, there's only one path that leads, and that's a path of maraming mga issues. As compared to respecting each other, it's a path of love and understanding, and forgiveness.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And I think it's part that make our marriage stronger, no. And it's a part of couple goal kasi you promise to each other forever, eh, 'di ba, champ? The
Yes.
moment you guys like really na nagharap sa altar, you promise forever to each other. And it's part of couple goal na talagang yung sinasabi natin na forever has to be there. Maraming hindi naniniwala pero of course, when two person na talagang nagmatch yung kanilang ang tawag dito, yung chemistry and they're meant for each other, 'di ba? That forever it's not an impossible word. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
It will become possible talaga. 'Di ba,
Well,
champ?
ito yung nangyayari, no? Nag-argue tayo, nag-aaway-away is because of the fact na we're there ready to grow. All the arguments are usually leading to growth. If we
Mm,
learn to understand the mistake, or the the learning lesson, kasi hindi natin tinitingnan yun eh. Ang
mm,
tinitingnan natin na yung nag-aaway, yung emotion natin eh. Instead of, for me, pag nag-aaway kami, that's the first thing that goes into my head. What is the learning lesson here?
yes.
And then I go into my thoughts na, oh, ito po yung ginawa ko, oh, ito yung ginawa niya. And how can we get to that level? But when you ask the right question, you get the right answers. As compared to you're asking the wrong question, ito na naman, nagagalit naman ako because hindi na nakikinig tong babae or whatever, right? Whatever the question in your head is, or palagi lang kami nag-aaway. Of course, you're gonna keep fighting because you guys are not learning the lesson that it's supposed to be for you to grow. Lahat ng arguments, lahat ng nag-aaway or awayan or whatever it is, only leads to strengthening us. Kaya nga lahat ng if I blame my past or being born poor or being born in the village, then I would not have gone to where I am because it empowered me. Lahat ng na-experience ko sa buhay, and mainly the saddest part is what elevated me to grow. Being bullied or being made fun of or tinatawag na ugly duckling in the family, ganito ganyan, or payat ka, wala kang mapupuntahan. All that sad part in my life allowed me to grow to a person that I am because I challenged it. Ito ba talaga ako or mas magaling pa ako sa sinasabi ng mga tao?
Yeah.
Am I gonna listen to them or am I gonna keep going and reach what I believe myself can be?
Mm-hmm.
So, yun nga, sinasabi ko is when we learn to embrace the darkness of our past, is when we can rise to the light of what we are deserving of. That's power. Pag ma-realize natin yun. Kaya nga, rather than na nagko-complain tayo because mahirap ganito ganyan, try to embrace it and say, you know what, say thank you. Because when we learn to be positive, lahat ng mga outcome, you'll learn to find a solution and to grow from that experience. Because it's so easy to fall into, ay, ganito na naman nangyari, wala talaga nangyari sa akin except for the bad stuff. Ganito, ganyan, ganyan. That's all your manifestation. It'll just keep coming to you. Because yun nga ang nasa isip mo, yun nga nasa puso mo eh. And what happens is, and anybody can tell you in the world of manifestation, yung pinapakita mo, yung pinalabas mo, yun ang maibibigay sa'yo from God or from the universe. Because that's what we're calling upon ourselves. Imagine this, no? How many times have you like said something, man, this is happening to me again, and all of a sudden shit just starts to happen even more, di ba? It's just because we're
Yeah.
constantly calling stuff out, and kaya nga we have to be very very selective with our thoughts and our mind and our heart and our words. Kaya nga pag nagagalit ako, sasabihin ko sa sarili ko, salamat, thank you for this learning experience. What is my experience here? What is my learning experience? And you have to be aware. You have to be aware, and at the same time, you have to be disciplined to ask that question. Because it's so easy to go into our pitfall of negativity kasi yun ang nasa isip natin eh. Yun ang nasa that's our mold nung bata pa tayo, no?
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't mean hindi natin ma-change yun. Because look at me, 2012, I was this a-hole na ako ang lalaki, ako ganito ganyan, lahat ng sasabihin ko dapat sundin mo, ganito ganyan, right? And I came to realize that I was more powerful with her.
Yeah.
I was more powerful being with her.
Yeah.
I was more powerful together with her. So, naibago ko yan lahat. Rather than before, na ako ganito, ganyan. From the mold of my youth, I changed the mold of my love to how I am now because of the experience that I have. Kaya nga, don't lose hope because kung gusto mo talagang may change yung ugali mo, yung isip mo, yung puso mo, all of that is possible through your repetition, through your awareness, and through your discipline.
Yeah.
Kung gusto mo talaga, and of course, the commitment, kung gusto mo talagang mangyari yun.
Tama. That's true. And that's part of the couple goal, no, na tipong they like our partners, they have like ibibigay nila and papalabas nila the best version of yourself, 'di ba?
Yes.
Through tough and to sa mga bagay na mahirap talaga. So and yun lang ang talagang champ, no, na talagang minsan hindi natin nare-realize in the early stage of our marriage with our better half. No, na minsan we are the reason that we're pushing him away, and then we are hurting the most important person in our life, which is our better half. Di
Yes.
ba? And we are lucky because they are there. They're so very understanding, and di ba, they talaga yung pagmamahal nila and dedication nila sa iyo. It's like, talaga nandyan. Kaya sabi ko nga we are lucky to have, and sabi ko nga doon nga papasok yung word na perfect combination. The word perfect combination papasok nun. Kasi kung iba yan, di ba, like what Miss Rachel said na yung mga nangyayari before in the past, siguro kung ibang babae yan, I'm gonna get out of here. Di ba? Bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Di ba?
Yeah.
You do your thing. I don't wanna be emotionally stressed or, di ba, be emotional abuse with stuff like that. And, you know, which is talaga, naniniwala talaga ako that the right person will come, 'di ba? Sa mga tao talagang 'yun, magma-match sa chemistry and talaga dun sa it meant for them, 'di ba?
Well, I don't know what you guys were talking about before, but I think it finds you when you're not looking for it. Because when you're looking for it, parang you're expecting them to fall into yung list. The what is it called? Like yung oh my God.
Expectation.
Yeah, like
No?
the expectation, but you know, like yung ay this kind of person that looks like
Judgment.
this,
Judging.
yeah, judging that looks like this and does that, and then you're out there, parang you're forcing the universe to just
First
give you
impression.
someone, just give you someone,
Yeah.
and then you end up falling for someone because they check all the boxes that you think you want, but as a long term, that's not really what you want.
Yeah, it's never about kasi minsan, di ba? And this happens, and I'm pretty sure lahat ng mga tao dito na experience nito.
Mm.
May game plan ka, no? May weekly planner, ganito ganyan, ito yung gagawin ko sa bumaga, ito yung gagawin ko sa afternoon, sa evening, ganito ganyan. And never goes according to plan. Kaya nga pag
Yes.
pinaplano mo yung sweetheart mo, o dapat ganito siya, pogi, respectful, and ganyan. When you have all of those, because all of those can be taught through respect. Like again with me, an example, for us, it was not love at first sight. That's for sure. We didn't
Ah.
expect to be together, but then we did like each other. But then we all changed because of our love for each other, our respect for each other.
A lot of people didn't give us the parang if they were putting bets that we
Everybody
would
was betting against
everyone
us.
was betting against us.
Even till now, everybody's still betting
I
against
So
know they're still holding their breath.
so
But
during that time na you guys become a couple, meron ka bang meron kang girlfriend noon, champ?
I was talking with someone.
You talking?
And then like a couple of days, parang na-realize ko, I really like this girl.
Mm.
Because we were just open, and I even before I asked her out to be my girlfriend, like I feel that there was just that trust that I can that that moment na I can believe her words. Parang I trust her, and as much as I trust her, she also had felt the same way, even though that's on her for her to say. But for me, I've always felt that trust from her. Like we never hid anything from the get go. Parang lahat from the beginning, lahat ng kailangang isabi, sinabi ko sa kanya. And then that day or a couple of days after that day, tinawagan ko yung the
the
one that
next day lang.
yeah, the next day I called her. Sabi ko, I think I'm falling in love with somebody, or I like this girl a lot. I can't be talking to you anymore, but I want to be honest with you. I'm not trying to
Of
play
course.
here. I'm not trying to put you and say, nah, if this one doesn't work, I
I'll
can
come back.
I'll come back to you. I wasn't saying something like that. I was open. Sabi ko na, I don't know where this relationship is going, and I just want to be honest with you. Just want to be honest with you that I want to be with this girl. And of course I told her like, hey, I'm talking to this girl, and I told her that I'm talking to you and I want to be with you. And so I was just always been honest with her.
You even
Nice,
showed
nice.
me yung
And I
chats.
even showed her
I was
all my
like,
chat. Lahat ng mga emails ko, lahat ng mga social media, whatever at that time was MySpace, saka
God, my
Friend,
Friendster.
Friendster.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yun nga, I showed it to her. She knows all my passwords. Wala akong tinatago sa kanya.
And for me, I was like, parang, I met you 24 hours ago. Why did you tell this girl about me? Like,
I
you
just
know what I
knew. I
mean?
just
Like,
knew.
yeah, we just met, at
I
and
just
then,
met you.
but honestly, he put a
Think you're
target on you.
crazy.
He
So here's my number.
he put a target
Oh,
on yung back ko sa MySpace. Kasi of course yung girl, di ba? She
yeah.
looked me up on MySpace and then she was judging me. She said a lot of bad things in yung chat. At
Oh, really?
Yeah, and of course him. He's like, just ignore, just don't. It's fine. And I'm like, who? I like. For me, I get, I'm short tempered when someone says stuff about me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
get her on the phone. Can you get her on the phone, please? He's like, nah, wag, I'm already like not talking to her at the. But it was funny because it got dragged out for a while because there's a girl, what, parang a year before that he was dating. They never got back together. They took a break. They never got back together. So somehow, some way, social media, they got up together and started teaming up on me on MySpace. Like
Oh,
they were
really?
plotting and all this stuff, and I'm like, I nako. But I mean, now the one he was talking to, I think it was Yahoo Messenger or something. Um,
Yahoo
it was Yahoo,
Messenger.
right? Yeah, it was Yahoo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now we're friends, at we respect each other. Of course, she went on a different path, has a beautiful family now. It just was really interesting. And then yung family niya, they expected him to marry a Visayan girl.
Yeah, my parents wanted me to marry a Visayan girl
Oh,
because
really?
I was Visayan. So yeah, my mom would always try to hook me up with like a pen pal, emailing and stuff like that. So but she was always wanting me to marry a Visayan girl, Cebuana, or girls that spoke Cebuana
Yep.
because they wanted.
Ikaw na.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead, Jam. Go ahead.
Yeah, so she wanted me to na yung girl na alam nila yung cultures ko as in Cebuano or Cebuana, parang ganun. They wanted that kind of relationship with me. So my mom would try to hook me up with Cebuana
Mhm.
girls. So I was I just didn't really. I mean, I've emailed here and there to them, but it just did never went far. You know. So.
Ikaw, Miss Rachel, when you saw Champ, is there's like an instant spark?
No, I thought he was
No,
cute, but he was
no,
mayabang.
her
Ah.
natamaan ng Cupid's arrow.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, no. It was always a competition. It was like this fun competition because you have to remember, like, yung party was yung party ko at
Mhm.
I was still competing. And we were both champions at the time, so we were always competing. If I played piano, he was singing. Um, if we were, if I mean, even when we were cutting weight, it was like parang a competition,
It's
diba? He's
always
like,
competition.
I'm
And
gonna
guess
cut.
what? You always lose.
I don't always lose.
Yes, you always lose.
Parang I feel like I just won something the other day, diba?
Nope.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I
You
did.
can't even remember it.
I don't remember it.
Yes.
Pero
So
I
go
remember
ahead.
the one where you lost when you had to get a Brazilian wax.
What are you talking about?
It's my
Para
best
para
one.
may
Wow.
kilala akong ganyan muntikan na magpawaksa.
Bro, it's so much cleaner.
Alam mo, like, I can't, it was some bet. It was some bet. And
Yeah,
we will
nagbet
always do
kami,
that.
and I was like, "What do you do that? Some bet." And like, I bet you, you'll whatever you want. Sabi ko sa kanya.
Really?
Yeah.
And then I didn't expect that to happen to me.
Yeah.
I was like bleeding all over the place. I had to tell the lady, I'm like, time out, guys. This is painful. I can't believe you guys do this stuff. This is painful.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Let's not go
Uh,
in that story.
okay, I have a question. Are you positively affecting each other's life?
100%.
Yes.
100%. Yes. So what do you guys
I
advise?
believe
Go ahead. Sige, Tam, go
I
ahead.
believe that without her, hindi ko maabot yung naabutan ko ngayon. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, vice versa. Um, I mean, I can't speak for her, but for me, without her, hindi ko maaabutan. Hindi ako magiging Nonito Donaire na nakikita nyo ngayon at na-experience nyo ngayon. 100% believe that.
Nice. Ikaw, Miss Rachel.
I think that everything that has been tossed at us was meant for us to be together. Because I think if it was any other person, like me and that other person wouldn't have survived. He's a fighter, I'm a fighter. At the when I can't fight anymore, he fights for me, and vice versa. So I believe it 100% that what we used to be yesterday, last week, we're so much better. Every single day we grow. Like what was it? Yes, was it yesterday? Today's Friday. Thursday, yeah, Thursday he was tired. At we had the parent teacher conference. It was all day, and he was really tired yesterday. I think it was probably because the Benadryl you took for your allergies
No, it
more.
was, yeah.
Yeah, he took Benadryl, but he took it late. At we had to get up, and then we had parent teacher conference. Pero sa parking lot ng parent teacher conference, parang he didn't. Yung it seemed
Parang
like yung
natulog pa rin ako, parang tulog pa rin
yeah, he
ako.
was.
It's
I told
like
him he
I
was a
couldn't wake up.
zombie.
Yeah.
At saka pagod yung katawan ko kasi I'm training. Masakit yung katawan ko. So, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then parang hindi ako nagising talaga, parang inantok pa rin ako. So, my energy was very low.
Yeah.
And of course, it was hard for me to sit there while the teacher is talking, and then of course she's paying attention, getting all the knowledge or all the stuff. And oh, by the way, I'm really proud of my kids because they're straight A students, and kaya nga nag-celebrate kami ngayon because they're just great kids, and I'm blessed
Yes.
with them.
But he was tired, and I could see it. I was like, "What's up with you?
Yeah,
You seem
but,
like
oh
a
man,
zombie today." I don't know. I'm just tired. And then so I think we got home 3:30 or something like that. At the
passed out.
he was on the couch. The boys were doing their homework, and he's just like this on the couch. And I started nudging him. I was like, "Why don't you just go to bed if you're tired?" And it was like 3:30 only at the. But like I gave him that communication. I gave him that compassion that he must be really tired. And
Mag-Tagalog ka daw, sabi ni Rocky.
sorry, Rocky. I'm. Okay. You
Ha?
want me to try to read that? Okay.
Sige nga, Miss
So
Rachel.
tired. Pakisabi naman sa dalawang Lodi.
Lodi.
Lodi, oh my God, lamangan
Mhm.
naman ang pagtatatag kalog parang awa nyo na masakit na bonbonan. So
Alright.
Yun.
Okay lang ba, Cham? Magpacket lang tayo ng mga fan nyo na magtatanong. You still have time or you guys
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to?
sure.
yeah, just yung
Okay.
warning, yung
Ah.
boys are coming home, at there might be like an ingay, like
Yeah,
we're
they're loud. They're
home!
loud.
Ganun.
So they're loud.
So, just
That's
warning.
okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Okay,
Hold on.
hold on. I think he's getting another drink.
No worries, no worries. Yes. Ano nangyari? Sandali lang.
Mhm.
Gumagalaw ba ako sa inyo?
Hmm?
Am I moving?
Yeah.
Okay. Kasi
You mean like
medyo, yun. Ayun.
You mean did your screen freeze?
Yes.
I was like, what do you mean? Are you moving?
Alright. Yan, may chance kayong makaakyat dito, guys, at magtanong kayo kay Miss Rachel and kay Champ Nonito. Alright? Sa baba ko StreamYard. At huwag kayong mahiya. Yan. Kung sino man gusto magtanong, Miss Rachel and Champ Nonito, just click the StreamYard link on the comment section. Di ba? Wala, may tanong pa sana ako pero wala pa si Champ. Mamaya na.
Okay, so I have a question.
Go
Why
ahead.
does Lodi mean idol? Is it because that's it spelled it backwards?
Backwards, yeah.
Why is
I
that a
hope my
thing?
energy stays.
No,
Huh?
no,
No?
no.
Parang Miss Rachel, parang yung ano, erap, pare. Alam mo yun?
Oh,
Eh,
I didn't know.
yeah, erap is pare.
That I asked him why is it like that? And it's just like the reading
Opposite.
back and forth. Yeah,
Yeah, that's I told you that
I
already.
know, but why?
Because this is how they are. Like, no si, no si balasi. Sino? Sino ba sila?
Wait, so what's the?
No si balasi. Sino ba sila?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Mhm.
I figured it was like some dialect I didn't understand.
So habang naghihintay tayo na may aakyat, meron pa ako isang tanong sa inyo.
Okay.
Couple. What is the best moment in your relationship so far na if you remember that moment, you guys like look at each other and smile?
Hmm. There's so many. Like laughy, funny smile, or
Like
yung
like
kilig?
kilig smile, of course. Nakikiligin si Champ, kikiligin ka. It's like, it's like you will never ever forget that moment.
I already got one.
Okay, go.
No.
No,
You
I'm gonna
go.
see if it's the
No.
same one.
You can't say that.
Why not?
Ladies first.
Ladies
Okay,
first, yes, go
for
ahead.
me, it was when we had to make up a secret code. Uh,
Oh,
you forgot about that. Because
yeah.
nobody wanted us together, as in nobody wanted us together.
Really?
So we kind of had to have a secret code, and it was okay. Let me see if you guys can figure it out. Para pa pa pa. What does that
Mhm.
mean? Para pa pa pa.
Yeah, but you can't understand it unless you say it
No, just
properly.
I.
Para pa pa pa. Hello, Mad Cat. Para pa pa.
It's like a riddle. Let them figure it out. Let them figure it out.
Can I just hum it?
No, because I don't give it away.
Of course, guys, gonna
Di
give
ba
it away.
para ano yun? Commercial?
Yes.
Okay, what commercial?
Para pa pa pa. Love ko to. Di ba?
Ano yan?
Can we?
McDonald's or Jollibee?
so, so yeah, so every time that we're around each other, and every time that we just want to,
When everyone was around,
yeah,
yeah, we would
when
just,
we just
but
kind of
we
wanted
wouldn't
to
hum
say,
the thing because
yeah,
everyone would figure it out.
yeah,
So
the
we were
para
like,
pa
para
pa
pa
pa,
pa.
para pa pa pa,
And they're like, what are you
Oh.
doing? Like a drum thing? I'm like, yeah, it's a,
para pa pa pa.
So dun, Miss Rachel, kinikilig ka?
yeah. Because that's where we came from. We had to hide it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You know,
see.
That
Ikaw,
was,
ikaw naman, Champ. Para
for
sa'yo,
me
Champ. Ikaw
was when we
naman.
got married in
Shout
the
out kay
church.
Nino.
Yeah, when we got married in the church, when she walked in that smoke, and I looked into her, and I was just, I feel like I'm gonna cry, man. I can just see her beauty, her smile, and I felt like we went and made that the marriage for her grandparents, and unfortunately their grandparents couldn't make it because they passed away before the wedding, but it was for them. It
Mhm.
was 2 years planning that we did,
Mhm.
and I felt like they were there, and I can see her magnificence, her beauty, and that smoke, and just the look in her eyes, and like nothing existed in that moment, just me and her. As she looks into my eyes, I mean, I could never forget that moment. It was just the moment that I was just truly in love with that woman. Everything about her was just magnificent. It was just amazing, and it was just, I don't know why and how I forgot about that in our
the para
turmoils.
pa. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the beginning of it all, I mean, we had a lot, that para pa 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 stuff, and then the nose flaring. Remember the nose flaring? So we would like, if we don't say para pa pa pa, we would like nose flare. We would be like
Just
just
say,
We
like that.
literally had this own language.
Yeah, we that's me and her
yeah.
talking to her. That's
And
like,
she knows what it means already.
yeah, yeah. So all that stuff, and then San Miguel, you know, San Miguel beer.
San Mig Light?
Yeah, San Miguel. It's like Yeah, it was. We had a lot of codes. It was funny, man. It was now I
Yeah, we
think
had a
about
lot
all
of
that.
codes
Yeah.
because everyone didn't want us there. So
Nice. Oh guys, if you guys want to come up here and ask question to Miss Rachel and Champ Nonito Donaire. Bakit kaya dito Donaire ang ano sa'yo, Champ?
kasi yung sa US they can't pronounce yung are.
Yeah, aire, donaire.
They can't roll yung R's.
So
So
minsan tuloy, ano ba talaga? How you pronounce the last name?
Donaire.
Donaire, di ba?
Yeah,
Pero
pero
di,
yung Americano, they can't roll the R's. Even yung like sa gym,
eh,
someone merong puti doon that asked us
donaire,
and we're like roll the R. They're like Donaire. And we're like,
donaire.
how do
yeah,
you
just keep it Donaire. Just keep it.
Yeah. Ayan guys, sakit kayo dito. Nandyan yung link sa baba para may chance kayo magtanong kila Champ, Nonito, Donaire, and Miss Rachel. Sa Japan, paano binanggit yung last name mo, Champ? Japanese ba yung announcer?
No, no.
I can imagine because
No,
they
pati yung nag-announce dun.
pati. Pero
Yeah.
Donaire pa rin.
Donaire.
Oh,
There's
okay.
Right.
only a couple of the announcers that can do it.
Yeah.
What's the one that did the one?
Jimmy?
No, Jimmy. But then the one that did the Andrew E.
Oh, Lupe Contreras.
Yeah, pero
But he's Mexican.
He's
so.
Mexican, so he has a,
Donaire.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
yeah.
that's true. Okay, ayun, meron ng umakyat. Sige, Tol Rocky. Ito si Rocky Sigaw Lihiti mo. Bakit natin?
Rocky.
Rocky! Shout out.
Rocky.
Ito, isa siyang rapper sa Pilipinas, local artist. Gumagawa sila ng mga kanta, mga jingle ng mga politician at isa rin natin sa mga kaibigan natin dito. Yan.
Wow.
So, Rocky, ayan, nandito si Champ, Nonito, Donaire, and of course, si Miss Rachel. So, meron ka ba
Yes.
tanong?
Yes, very good day to our two Lodis, Ma'am Rachel and Lodi Nonito Donaire.
Hello, Rocky.
Hi, Rocky.
Hello. Finally, I'm wow. I'm so very
Tagalogin mo na, Rocky. Oo,
Yes.
nakikita ko na yung nose bleeding mo eh.
Yes, Tatagalog po talaga ako. sorry.
No, okay lang po. Para matuto din to.
Hindi. Wala man ako tatanong. Babatiin ko lang si Lodi Nonito Donaire kasi lagi ko siya napapanood pag may laban yan. Talaga
Thank you, brother.
Madiin. Ano ba yung madiin? Tol Byron sa English? Yung madiin ng
I don't know.
madiin ng
Hindi ko rin alam ang English ng madiin eh.
Madiin push pin, parang ganun, push pin ba yun? Parang pusa. Hindi, joke lang. Basta masaya ako sa inyong dalawa, Lodi, Ma'am Rachel and Lodi Nonito Donaire. Salamat at nakausap ko ang isang Lodi na napapanood ko lang sa TV. Ayan, mabuhay po kayo diyan kung nasaan man po kayong lugar. Mag-ingat din po kayo. Stay safe. God bless. Sana marami ka pang laban na ipanalo. Lodi Nonito Donaire.
Thank you, Rocky. Maraming salamat, brother.
Salamat.
At
Salamat
saka,
po.
good luck din sa'yo sa lahat ng passion mo, especially with the music. And stay healthy. And always take care of yourself, and confidence brings about talent. So, yun po. Good luck po sa inyo at saka maraming salamat din po.
Yes, thank you, Lodi. Thank you, Ma'am Rachel. Thank you, Tol Byron. At
Okay.
baka di ako makatulog ng 1 week nito, Tol.
Thank you, Tol Rocky.
Thank you.
May
Bye-bye po.
Sige, Tol. May nagtatanong dito si Mr. Nino Borsaga. Nonito, okay ba si Manny Pacquiao is not okay? Paano? Okay
Ano
ba
po?
si Manny Pacquiao?
Are you sure that's a question?
Ayun,
Okay.
Parang riddle.
Okay.
Para riddle eh.
Nonito is okay, but Manny Pacquiao is not okay.
Oh, Nonito is okay but Manny Pacquiao is not okay. Hindi ko magets.
I don't know.
Depende lang po yung sa ano niyo po. I di ko magets. Sorry.
Okay, question habang naghihintay. Okay pa ba kayo, Champ and Miss Rachel?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanna
Yeah.
make sure kasi alam
Thank
ko
you.
nag-sparring ka eh. And,
Yeah, I'm okay.
Already today.
Nagtapos na ako ng sparring. Bukas naman ay strength and conditioning. So maybe we'll do some strength and conditioning bukas on
And
the
and
live.
this is the first week of your training for the
This is the
Gabalio fight?
second week.
Second week.
Second week, no? First week. Second week.
Second week na of sparring, pero you're always training naman.
Yeah.
That's why I
of
don't
camp,
really count
yeah.
it, pero
I don't count it, but in sparring wise, this is my second week.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, diba? Kasi
Yeah.
you did 4-6 and then
Yeah, 4-6 and then
4-6.
4-6.
Yeah.
Champ, ito, tanong ko. First time ko ba bang may makakalaban na Pilipino?
Nakalaban ako sa Pilipinas nung pumunta ako doon. In 2001, dalawang Pilipino nga nakalaban doon. Yeah, dalawang Pilipino. I fought twice.
So this is the third time.
Yes, this is the third time.
Pero not for a title, no?
Not for a title. First time po to sa fight
Ito title eh.
Oo.
Oo.
Kasi dati 4-rounders, 6-rounders lang po yun.
Tama. So, eto champ, anong naramdaman mo? Like, do you feel is there, kasi pareho mong race, parang Pilipino, pumapasok ba sa isip ng mga boksingero na, uy, pero kami ba, I'm gonna take it easy on him? At nalaman mo pa na iniidolo ko pa nila ito ni Raymond Gabalio?
Wala naman eh, kasi sa outside of the ring, iba yung isip ko dito eh. Of course, nagsusupport din parehas pa rin ako. Ganun din ako nagsusuporta sa mga Pilipino boxers. But sa loob ng ring, ibang isip ko eh. Ibang personalidad na yun eh. So, it's hard for me to speak because right now, ang personality ko ngayon ay isang ano lang, like outside of the ring mentality na normal lang yung mentality ko. Parang nagbibigay ako ng support. I'm just one of the kind of like a nice guy, you know? But in sa loob ng ring, hindi ako nice guy eh.
Tama.
Wala akong awa sa loob ng ring eh. So I can't say for sure kung ano yung maiisip ko. Kasi even with Inoue, siya yung, you know, he grew up admiring me at saka parang inidolo niya ako. Parang ganun.
Totoo yun.
Yeah.
I read about that.
But then we go and try to destroy each other. So, you know, so that probably might be the case inside the ring. What do you think?
Yes. Ito champ, Miss Rachel. Si Miss Rachel, ikaw Miss Rachel.
I mean, I think it's the same way that, you know, because I mean, you fought Brian Valoria in the amateurs. Then I went over to Philippine national team to fight for spot there. So of course I was fighting people over there that were Filipino. But at the same time, like when you get in that ring, it's totally different. It's kill or be killed. There's a totally different person that comes out. So after, is it different because they're Filipino? I think it is. I think I have more compassion because you know, it's another Filipino, pero in that ring you don't see.
Especially pag sinusuntok ka sa mukha eh.
Yeah.
Di ba sabi nga nila, may plano ka until na masuntok ka sa mukha, nawawalan na lahat eh.
Okay. Ito may isa pang umakyat si Mr. Jojo Dix, makaibigan din natin to. Isa sa mga vlogger ng Hong Kong. Isa may tatanong siya. Alright. Jo, shout out.
Jojo.
Hello po, Ma'am Rachel, sa Idol Camp.
So go ahead, Jo.
Hello po.
Apa. Ako pa yung OFW dito sa Hong Kong. So, nung nakita kita, gusto ko kaya ako umakyat dahil gusto kong humingi ng tips. Siyempre kasi, so darating kasi na 31, sa 31, meron akong, laban. So, hingi lang ako ng tips. Inline kasi sa yung tournament kasi is Muay Thai. So, paano ba sa'yo ba bilang boxer Mr. Champ? Paano kayo nagpe-prepare doon sa yung incoming? Andun ba yung paano, how do you deal ba doon sa sinasabi nilang tension or tense or yung kaba? Meron ba kayong nararamdaman na ganun o wala lang?
Dati po, normal po yun na naninervyos ka at nandun yung anxiety or the butterflies. But for me now, I'm so experienced na parang nawawala na po yun. And even if it comes, parang naitutulak ko na yun. Parang, kasi alam ko na yung sarili ko. Alam ko na yung anong magagawa ko. And maybe that's the confidence that I have na hindi ko na-feel yung mga nervousness. But during the time that I did, I always spoke to myself na kaya ko to. This is where I want to be. Gagawin ko lahat ng magagawa ko. And of course, breathing exercise helps out because it calms your mind. It calms your body. So I do a lot of inhale, exhale, deep breathing, and minsan the fast breathing, like a fire breathing, just to get your thoughts out. Kasi nadadala ka dun sa isip mo pag ini-entertain mo yon, no?
Oh, okay.
Kasi thoughts don't exist. It's only existing kasi kinuha natin yun eh. It's a flowing of energy. 'Di ba? Pag wala sa isip, pag hindi natin, if we ignore the thoughts and go with a different thoughts, yun ang magiging thoughts natin. Yun ang magiging emotion natin. So, kung nandun yung nervousness is because you're looking at the fight na ito yung mangyayari, ito yung ganito, ganyan. So, if you say na ito yung magagawa ko, tatamaan ko siya, instead of having a scenario in your mind na ito yung baka ito yung mangyari. Bakit ito yung mangyayari? Baka matamaan ako. Then of course, that's your emotion. 'Di ba? But you can change that thought to like, ito yung gagawin ko sa kanya. Ito yung gagawin ko sa kanya. Ito yung gagawin ko sa kanya. Nawawala yung nervous because alam mo na yung magagawa mo. Nakikita mo na yung nagagawa mo. That's visualization. You get yourself out of the nervousness with the visualization of what you can do. For instance, kung visualization mo na natatamaan ka, then naninervous ka, di ba? Because natatakot ka na, baka matamaan ka talaga. Then if you change that into, ito yung gagawin ko, matatamaan ko siya instead, and then makikita mo sa isip mo, na-visualize mo yon, then yun ang mangyayari. Na-feel mo na yon. Our brain cannot discern kung totoo ba yon or isip lang. That's why we feel nervous kung nakikita natin sa isip natin.
And you said this was a tournament, di ba, Jojo?
Yes, ma'am. It's a tournament. It's one day tournament.
Pero maraming opponents.
Hindi, actually, ewan ko nga ba't tinawag na tournament eh. Actually kasi ako, isa lang yung kalaban ko eh. Kumbaga maraming fights yan, fight 1, fight 2, ganun. Pero isa lang kalaban ko. Pero tinawag na tournament. Pero di ba kapag tournament, di ba, merong susunod akong kalaban. Pag
yung matchup.
Yeah. Siguro in the next, wala ba? Wala.
Maybe there's only 2 of them.
Yeah.
Wala po eh. Matching lang eh. Sino yung kamatch ko, yun na yun eh. In a day.
I think yung advice ko bilang taekwondo, I would suggest that you don't overthink it.
Okay.
Kasi he's saying, make sure you visualize, but visualize at the correct time. Don't visualize when you're trying to go to bed, diba? Because then you're gonna be anxious about. You're not gonna
ka na makatulog, no?
So make sure you visualize when yung time to visualize at usually right in the beginning of the day of yung fight. Pero yung visualization, it has to be a relaxed visualization until yung start to warm up at you're starting to step in the ring na. Then that's when the visualization should
take place.
Make it take place into your body at it makes it physical and real.
At saka minsan din no. Sorry to cut you off, baby. Minsan din na parang lumalabas lang yung thoughts mo, right? And because of the anxiety, lumalabas yung thought, and sometimes hindi mo makontrol yun because you haven't been aware of it, and then lumalabas lang yung thoughts that makes you nervous. kaya nga you have to counter that thoughts with the positive thoughts because mawawala yun. And then when you are in control of it, then you let go so that you're not using a lot of your energy until, like she said, pagpupunta ka ng ring, then that's when you embody the thoughts of positivity, the visualization.
That's
Kasi
the word I was looking for. Embody. Yeah. Good job.
Anong Tagalog nun? Anong Tagalog nun, Champ?
ewan ko nga eh.
Kinakatawan? Yung body is kinakatawan, right?
Yeah,
Ah.
parang ganun.
Tama ako.
That's one.
Kinakatawan mo. Sige, go ahead, Champ. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah, no, that's good. But yun guys, minsan, especially if you don't have enough experience, there's involuntary thoughts. At saka naiisip mo yun. Kahit parang subconscious lang yun, no? But then you can have that mindset na maitulak mo yun by having the visualization of positivity na ito yung gagawin mo. And then until you're able to calm yourself down, you let go of those thoughts. But embrace all of that kasi that's part of being aware. That's part of being confident. And that's part of our nature as human beings na there's good thoughts, there's bad thoughts. Alamin mo lang ang makakaya mo na makakaya mo yun. That's confidence. Bigyan mong confidence sarili mo because magagawa mo yun. At saka kung ano man yung mangyayari, gagawin mo yung kailangan mong gagawin. Parang ganun. You have to train your thoughts to take action sa yung nasa isip mo.
Nawala?
Nag-frozen sila. Malapit na Joe yung laban mo.
1 week from now. Actually, di ba nung 3 pa sana, tapos na naman ng 10.
Na-cancel.
Nag-cancel. So ngayon kasi tapos na yung gym kung saan mangyayari sa 31 na. Nawala sila eh. May tatanungin pa sana ako eh.
Babalik yan. Baka nag-hang yung ewan ko, baka nag-brown out siguro. Or connection.
Ikaw ba? Ikaw ba kung ikaw ba magpapayo, ano ipapayo mo?
Ako, hindi kasi ako lumalaban pero yung overthinking kasi ang nagpapabigay sa atin ng worriness eh. Overthinking.
Tama. Pero agree ako dun sa sinabi niya eh kasi pag yung inisip mo pala ano pagtatama niya ako? Parang ang pangit eh. Tama yung sinabi niya na ang isipin mo, ganito ang gagawin ko sa kanya. Ito pag ginanito niya to, gaganituhin ko, ganun. Pero pag kasi minsan sabi ko nga nakakaapekto yung mga tao around.
Yes.
Yung may magsay, ala, ano ba yung kasama ko din, yung iba sa mga kasamaan ko, parang kung natatakot sila, parang masasama ka eh. Hindi dapat ganun eh. Minsan kaya inaano ko din sila, kaya natin to, go tayo, ganito, ganyan.
Nabuso ng load, Brad. Oo. Pero kinakabahan ka, Jo, for sure. Kinakabahan ka ba?
Hindi naman yung kaba na kasi sabi ko nga, pangalawa ko na to eh. Pangalawa kong laro to.
Laban.
Nung una kasi, nung unang laban ko, wala akong idea kung sino yung kalaban. As in, hindi ko alam kung ano yung style niya, background niya. Basta alam ko lang na sabi nila aggressive na boxer, ganito, ganyan. So parang sa akin, parang yung time na yun, yung mga kasamahan kong iba, kabadong-kabado. Sa akin parang wala lang. Parang dumating na lang yung araw na yun na yung parang ini-enjoy ko. So,
Tama.
yung laro ko na yun, nanalo ako doon. So parang nag-boost yung confidence ko na nung time na yun, parang, parang kaya ko pala, ganun. This time kasi, yan yung gusto kong itanong kay Mr. Champ eh. This time kasi, kilala ko na yung kalaban ko. Kumbaga, alam mo yung background eh. Alam mo yung background. Alam mo yung capability. Parang ganun. So, yun yung gusto kong itanong sana sa kanya.
Hindi, babalik yan na nahulog lang. Baka siguro.
Does it help? Does it affect yung I mean, in general sa mga fighters ba? Kasi sabi ni Mr. Cham kanina, there were times na naka-feel ako ng butterflies, parang ganun. So, yun ba ay may factor ba kung sino ang kalaban mo? Di ba?
Tama. Oo. Tama.
Kasi this time medyo andun yung kaba kasi kilala ko yung kalaban ko eh.
Mm.
Yeah. Yun.
Oo. Etong kalaban mo, ayoko nang tanungin, baka mag-play. Kasi, ang mahirap yung yung mind game eh. Ewan ko
Ah,
hindi naman ako naglalaro hindi ako nagba-boxing or whatever, pero the mind game talaga na it will play a big part eh. Pag sa mga ganyan, di ba? Like, you know the background, like mag-start ka mag-search, paano kaya kung ganito, ganyan, paano kaya,
ah,
nag-overthinking ka eh. That's
kaya nga.
what's happening eh. Nag-overthinking ka and then pagdating dun sa fight, kukonvince mo yung sarili mo. Di ba? Which is a normal thing
Ah,
na nangyayari. Kaya I think mind conditioning is very, very important. Oh, John Rock, shoutout sa'yo bro Shoutout sa'yo.
kaya nga.
Ah,
Kaya nga yung mga sa daming technique na tinitingnan ko, na inaaral ko, wala isa doon na kung may sa ulo kasi ang dami nagjajambal.
Oo. Hindi,
Di ba?
si Cham, malaking may tutulong na advice, di ba? Na,
Ah, ang
oo.
dami kong nakikita na mga technique na pinapanood ko. Pag napanood ko ngayon, uy, maganda to i-apply Tapos
Ayan na.
may napanood na naman ako. Mamaya wala na yung ni isa doon, wala akong matandaan.
Ayan na sila. Champ.
Yeah,
Ayan,
sorry,
ayan na.
we're on our phone now. Ewan ko ba't nag-off yung internet namin.
Oh, namatay?
Ayan.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh.
what's going on with it.
Yeah. Cox is not a
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's we've been having a lot of problem with our
Wala.
internet.
Yun,
Saka,
yun lang ba internet nyo dyan?
pinaka-high yung internet namin.
Yun lang ang internet provider nyo dyan?
Ano po?
Yun lang ang internet provider nyo dyan? Walang second out like AT&T or I don't know, Comcast?
Cox,
Internet.
and
And
it's the
500.
highest. It's the highest that we got. But it's mahina talaga. I don't know why.
Tapos ang mahal-mahal pa ng binabayad mo.
So weird.
Joe, ayan na Joe. May tanong ko ulit,
Yeah.
di ba yung follow question mo?
Ayan na, Mr. Chama saka Ma'am
Ay,
Rachel.
nako.
Meron pa akong tanong.
Even my internet on my phone is not that great.
Hindi pa ata stable eh.
I'm like 2 bars.
Hindi pa stable.
There you
But
go.
the camera is nice.
Look good.
Ayan na, may stable na.
But the internet is very slow. So pasensya na. I think we got a 3 bars. So I think we're good. It's on my cell phone.
Yeah.
Ayan
Go
na,
ahead,
baka
Joe.
akala nila sa Pilipinas lang. Di ba?
Oo nga
Hindi
eh.
meron.
Yeah, hindi lang sa Pilipinas, kahit dito.
Mm.
Naluloko eh. Is it raining outside?
No, but Cox is just weird.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mr.
Go ahead, Joe.
Cham,
Go ahead.
meron pa akong
Our
katanungan.
Ethernet is connected directly. Ano pa?
And meron pa akong tanong. May factor ba yung kung sino yung kalaban mo or kung kilala mo yung kalaban mo o hindi? I mean kasi sa akin kasi yung sinabi ko kanina kay DJ Byron, pangalawang laban ko nito. Yung unang laban ko kasi hindi ko kilala at wala akong alam sa background nung kalaban. Which parang yung the nerve or yung tension is medyo konti lang. Hindi naman yung tipong ayaw kong ituloy or ayaw kong pumasok sa ring. So, to cut it short, that fight, nanalo po ako doon. Ngayon, itong fight ko na ito, kilalang kilala ko at alam ko yung background at alam ko yung kakayahan ng kalaban. So, sa inyo, as fighters ba sa pangkalahatang general fighters, may factor ba kung sino yung kalaban mo doon sa sa preparation or sa nerve, sa tension, and so on?
Lahat po ay it's a big factor kung kilala mo yung kalaban mo. Kasi may expectation, no? At saka may visualization na ma-training mo yung may mailagay kang game plan. We can make a better game plan kasi alam mo na yung movement nila. Alam mo na yung galaw nila. Ay alam mo na yung tendency at saka habit nila. So pag ine-studio mo 'yon, makikita mo 'yon kasi alam mo na yung style nila eh. At saka importante 'yun kasi 'yun nga, especially sa for instance an example no, like Pacquiao's fight with Ugas. 'Di ba? Hindi niya alam yung style ni Ugas eh. You know,
Yes.
nag-study sila for Spence, 'di ba? So pag hindi mo alam yung style, medyo nahihirapan ka dun eh because you really have to be an overall type of fighters or parang teka lang ha. I think we're back. Pasok mo ako, please.
Nandiyan ka na, champ. Hindi pa nag-a-appear. Handali Remove. Dali.
Pa rin.
Ayan.
Ayun.
Wala ka lang mic.
Hello?
All right, let's try this
Yeah.
one.
That's better? Turn it,
Better.
turn it on. Press end.
Yan. Okay.
Huh? Byron.
So yun nga, pakiulit yung tanong mo kasi I was kind of just generalizing kasi choppy
You
yung
said- yeah,
choppy
I-
yung
I-
ano mo
I-
yung
Ayun,
Uy.
naputol
Ay.
din.
Ay nako.
Siya na wala nahulog. Anyway, may tanong si Mighty Manong. Ayan, Mighty Manong, question. Ayan, question. Ayan, diyan pakibasa.
Question po kay Champ. Ano po ang pinaka-memorable na fight mo? Marami pa akong memorable na fight, Mighty Manong. Of course, yung una kay Darchinian at saka yung kay Montiel. You know, of course, marami po talaga.
Ang feedback.
Pero una yung ano, yung Darchinian at saka si Montiel po.
Ayun, Mighty Manong, nasagot na. Ayan, Jo.
Yes.
Go ahead. Tuloy mo na doon yung tanong mo kanina.
Yun. Ulitin ko yung kung may factor ba, kung sige, ibahin ko na lang. Ano yung difference nung kilala mo yung kalaban, alam mo yung style, at saka doon sa wala kang knowledge kung sino yung kalaban? I mean, in terms of preparation at in terms of yung tension ba, yung tense, yung kaba. So yung una is anong pinagkaiba ng kilala mo sa yung kalaban mo saka hindi in terms of preparation, paano mo siya talunin? And then anong pinagkaiba ng kalaban mo sa alam mo at saka hindi mo kilala doon sa nerve, sa tension, sa takot mo doon sa tao.
Yun po ay especially with the experience, no? Pag may experience ka, medyo nawawala na yun kasi alam mo na yung gagawin mo. But then, if you don't have much experience when it comes down to it, nandun yung kaba. Iba yung kaba sa magiging kalaban mo na alam mo yung style nila kasi parang nabibigyan ka ng confidence or if kung takot ka sa kanya din mas malaki yung takot mo kaysa yung depende lang, 'di ba? For instance, yung nakakalaban mo ay malakas. And of course, then parang naninervous ka na doon kasi malakas. Or kung kalaban mo ay alam mo na mas magaling ka pa, then nawawala yung ganong katakot mo doon, 'di ba? And of course, sa lahat ng mga fighters na hindi mo kilala, nandun lang yung takot or the nervousness because it's the uncertainty. Hindi mo alam kung anong mangyayari. Yun lang talaga bakit nagne-nervous tayo is because hindi natin alam anong nangyayari. As kumpara sa alam natin yung mga kalaban natin kung makakaya natin o hindi, alam na natin yun, 'di ba? But ultimately when it comes down to train for the person na kung alam mo yung style ng kalaban mo, look at their habits, look at their combination. At saka lahat ng tao ay may initial move na makikita natin before nag-attack sila, before they execute an attack or defense. If you look carefully, makikita mo yun at maigagawa mo yun as a countermeasure, how to feint, how to attack, when to attack, kung malalaman mo talaga yun. But of course, yung mga hindi natin kilala, we have to be at our best shape. Of course, lahat naman ng mga laban natin, we have to be at our best shape. Kailangan na nandun yung stamina, nandun po yun lahat. And the overall aspect of kung hindi mo kilala yung kalaban mo is to be versatile. Meaning being able to adapt, meaning using your jab or using your distance, coming in and out, lateral movement, lahat kagamitin mo talaga yun. You have to be versatile para kung ano man yung style nila, you have to learn to adapt to their style.
Ayun, Jo.
Okay. Good. So, another is nakakatulong ba yung every win kumpara dun sa loss? I mean, ano yung epekto ba nung yung loss sa kumpara dun sa win?
Well, depende po yun sa isip ng tao, no? For me, I'm very positive. So every loss, I always gain more. But then in victory, you don't need to lose to learn the process. Kaya nga every win you keep learning, like you're always the challenger. Kasi pag nawawala na yun sa isip mo na panalo ka lang palagi, and then hindi mo na parang na overconfidence, then that's a downfall for every fighter. Kailangan mo talaga na you're always ready for everything. But for me, sa experience ko, nung natalo ako, doon po ako ay nabigyan ako ng malaking experience, learning experience. Doon po ako parang gumaling ako doon. But then we don't have to lose to learn that experience. In every victory, kung ano man yung pagkukulang mo doon, yun ang ifo-focus mo para gumaling ka sa ganung bagay. Kasi pag nasa isip mo na nanalo ako, at hindi mo ini-correct yung mali mo sa laban na yon, hindi ka mag-i-improve. So always learn and go back to your fight. Kung ano man yung kailangan mong i-improve. That's how you get better. And that's when you'll not lose a fight because palagi kang gumagaling.
Okay. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Rachel, saka
Jojo,
Sir
good luck,
Nonito.
brother. Good luck. Yan. Ganun no?
Apo, yes po.
Muay Thai. Kasi dati yung Muay Thai din ako ay sakit sa shin. Hindi ko kaya, sabi ayoko na.
Pero okay lang naman kasi amateur naman sa amin, so meron kaming mga protective gears like shield.
Gears. Sakit pa rin.
Tapos,
Kasi loko yung mga Thailander na talagang yung galing ng Thailand walang easy sa kanila Yun nga sinabi ko, ayoko na kasi yung ko dati champion ata yun ng maliit lang pero malakas he's strong kicker. But yung training nila talagang hindi bini-baby Walang protective gears, lahat. Sabi ko hindi ko makakaya to. Kaya nga buti nga yun ang naabot ko na trainer kasi sabi ko ayoko na. Then nag-move ako ng boxing. Doon ako naging boxingero.
Di at least so congratulations po both sa inyo at yun lamang, maraming salamat sa mga tips at payo.
Good luck, Jojo.
Yan, excited na nga rin ako kaya lang siyempre andun pa rin yung medyo kaba. But of course para sa akin kasi tinatrato ko na experience na alam mo yun na kasi feeling ko kasi Mr. Champ yung the moment yung moment na yung papasok ka doon sa ring para sa akin is already victory. Kasi hindi halos lahat may guts na pumasok sa ring eh. Regardless of amateur man yan or professional.
Yes.
I don't know if you agree with that.
No, I agree 100%. You know, it takes a lot of courage na mga karamihan mga tao hindi nila magagawa yon. So, you know, I congratulate you for your courage, you know. At saka always work hard because we learn for every day, every fight, every training. We always constantly learn. So, keep growing. And we wish you the best of luck. And hopefully, pagkatapos ng laban mo, let us know anong nangyari and experience.
Sige ba? Okay po, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Champ, may question. Out of your career in boxing, who is and the hardest person you fought? From Kasanggay Albert.
Who is and the hardest person you fought? Siguro masasabi ko si Inoue kasi parang back and forth talaga yun eh. From the mind games, from strategic to power and speed. Parang magkaparehas lang kami. So, from guts, pinakita namin lahat, you know. So, I think, kaya nga excited ako to have a rematch with him kasi it's a really good fight yung last fight namin. And I believe he's gotten better and I believe I've gotten a lot better too.
Yun. Ito naman kay John Rocks.
John Rocks! Ano pare from Italy!
Sabi niya, Champ, in what round natatanggal yung kaba mo at napapalitan yung ng confidence siguro, ibig niya sabihin?
Ngayon, nandun na yung confidence ko eh, kasi alam ko na yung sarili ko. So, hindi na talaga ako na kinakabahan pag lumalaban ako. Parang nawawala na yun. It's just me, pag pumapasok yung kaba, parang na ipapawala ko yun eh. So easy to throw away the kaba. At saka ngayon ay parang marireplace ko talaga ng confidence. I'm always confident sa laban ko eh. So pero yung dati, pagpasok mo na sa ring, nawawala na yung kaba eh.
Yun. O Chank, may isa pang tanong dito kung okay lang sagutin mo. To Nonito, Champ, do you think you can beat Inoue in a rematch?
100%. Yan ang believe ko sa sarili ko. Kaya nga gusto kong maigawa yung rematch kasi alam ko na I've gotten better at saka feel ko na makakaya ko siya at mananalo ako sa laban na yun. But of course, he thinks the other way too. So, you know, we both believe in ourselves.
Tama, no? Pero Champ, sa tingin mo yung rematch na yan mangyayari within the next year?
I think next year. I mean, we want to fight, you know, he wants to prove his dominance in the weight class by taking me out. I mean, by that, taking me out, you know. Yung laban namin last time, first time na dumugo siya, first time na nasaktan siya. So he wants to prove and he knows na gumaling din siya and he knows na gumaling din ako. So we want to test each other. Parang dalawang samurai eh.
I know.
Yeah.
Ito Champ, after for example, for sure manalo ka dito sa next mong laban. Sino ang gusto mo makalaban, Champ?
Of course, kung sino man sa dalawa na champion, no. Kung mauna si Inoue at saka sa winner ng Casimiro at Butler.
Okay. So silang dalawa na lang, no, Champ, no, ang natitira sa division mo.
Opo.
Pag natalo mo silang dalawa,
kuha ko ng lahat ng belt. Kasi dalawa yung belt ni Inoue at saka isa kang Casimiro.
So after nun, Champ, what is your next plan?
Siguro baba ako ng 115 to get the title there. Kahit isang beses lang and then akyat ako for bigger fights in the future or siguro if not say goodbye. So depende lang kung ano yung feeling ko in the near future.
Ito Champ, tanong ko sa iyo. Nung kasagsagan ng ano, siguro may nagtanong na rin nito. Kasagsagan ng kasigatan ni Manny Pacquiao at ikaw. Dumating ba sa point na nape-pressure ka as a fellow Filipino na maabot mo or mahabol mo rin yung kasikatan ni Pacquiao before?
Um,
Na-pressure ka ba, champ? Ang tipong naiisip mo na dapat din pasundo ko yapak, stuff like that.
Hindi
Hindi
naman.
ba yun sa
Hindi
pagbuhay?
naman. Actually, I just try to follow the footstep to see my possibility sa katawan ko, kung ano yung makakuha ko. It's not
Mm.
so much as to try to get to that level. It's just seeing my capabilities from kung ano yung maaabot ko in terms of that. But hindi naman talaga ako na-pressure sa mga ganun kasi parang ang iniisip ko lang talaga is how can I get better for
Yeah,
myself.
that's
So
good.
it's never about wanting to. Of course, when I look at it, I say, maybe I can try that. Maybe magagawa ko yun. Let's try. But it
Yeah,
was because of my decision to do it.
yeah.
Not because na-pressure ako na kailangan ko gagawin.
Oo.
I think what's interesting about yung pressure, I think like the way that I felt the pressure was not so much as yung boxing ring, pero yung sa sa life nila at yung life, our life. Kasi parang you're always getting compared, diba?
Yes.
You're supposed to live up to a certain standard at the goals he set in yung boxing world. That's something that is very very hard to accomplish.
Yeah.
The only person that could do it if you wanted to would be him. It wouldn't even be me. Pero outside the ring, they were always pitting us up against them. At walang we don't have any issues with yung Team Pacquiao or si Jinky or si Manny. Pero parang I think like yung lesson for everybody at for Filipinos is you shouldn't compare
Yes.
someone to another person because they're different people for a reason, and you have to just allow them to be. At you either don't like them or you do, but always saying like, oh, you're not like with all the
Yes.
boxers, all the Filipino boxers, they're like you're like this and that one's like that.
Well,
It
it's
shouldn't be
it's
like
the
that.
thing, no. It's the
Exactly.
it's the habits of mga Pilipino, no. Like, bakit hindi ka kagaya ng kapatid mo? Bakit
Mhm.
hindi mo ginawa yung ginawa ng kapatid mo? We're always compared, and that's why we
That's
always
true.
like to compare ourselves to other people, which is a detriment to our soul, to our being. Because kung ikumpara mo yun sa sarili mo, ang pinofocus mo how to get better for yourself,
Mm.
not how to reach that. Kasi minsan binibigyan natin ng malaking hurdle yung sarili natin at pag hindi natin makuha yun, we get frustrated, we get depressed. Minsan yung mga tao, they commit, they take their own lives, because they can't make up na binibigyan natin of why can't you be this person or ganito ganyan. You have your own life. You have your own
Tama.
choice. And the comparison that you should be making is yung sarili mo sa kahapon.
Tama.
How can I
Yes.
be better myself and be happy with that? Kasi kumpara na hindi ako nagiging milyonaryo or bilyonaryo kagaya ng pinsan ko, therefore I'm lesser than that person. Mali yan eh.
Tama.
Yeah,
I
the
agree.
yung goal, I guess yung goals at yung what they've accomplished, if that's made them happy, then that's great. That's what
That's
it's
it.
supposed to be. Pero for other people, yung goal nila is just to be happy lang at maybe their
And that's
happiness
okay.
And
is
it's
just
Simplicity.
yeah, simplicity. But when you're always trying to compare yourself at you're trying to reach someone else's goal, you have to remember that was someone else's goal talaga.
Yes.
that's
At
true.
saka ang mangyayari nun pag hindi mo makaabot, yun nga, magiging frustrated ka, magiging depressed ka, kasi hindi mo sabihin mo sa sarili mo na hindi ka magaling, nawawala na yung confidence mo sa sarili mo. It's not a life to live.
No, pero yung point ko is that even if you did make it, like let's pretend, no, let's pretend you became 8 division champion. Was that really your goal or was it someone else's goal? And then you get there and parang you're like, wait, I'm supposed to be happy. I'm supposed to be, diba?
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
that goal is not
Well, an
necessarily yours to bring
example
happiness.
of that, no? I always wanted to be fighter of the year. 2012, ako yung fighter of the year.
Yes.
Nakuha ko yung uh, um, uh, Robinson Shirley Robinson plaque na is
Fighter.
given to the fighter of the year. And I realized na, do I really want this? Or was I just comparing myself? No?
Mm.
And that's the thing, is that when you get to the end of your goal, parang nawawala ka na eh. Ano yung gagawin ko ngayon? But if you have your goal, because you are just getting better every day sa sarili mo, instead of comparing to others, then you can always create a purpose for yourself. Kasi pag iba yung purpose mo, kasi kinukumpara mo yung sarili mo sa iba, pag nakuha mo na yun, nawawala ka ng purpose eh. Pero kung kinukumpara mo yung sarili mo sa kahapon, and gumagaling ka, gumagaling ka, gumagaling ka, nandun pa rin yung purpose mo eh. Kasi ang purpose mo, sarili mo eh.
Tama.
Hindi ka na hindi ka mahihinto, hindi ka hihinto ng improvement kasi sa sarili mo yun eh. But the comparison is it sucks the life out of us, because not only gives us pressure, not only it takes away our confidence at times, but then when we do reach the level, we lose purpose. Kasi ano nang susunod nito? Ano
Tama.
bang gagawin ko? So it's always important you do things for yourself or for someone you care for, parang ganun. Because doing it, you're doing it for yourself is the crucial thing. But I believe na ang pinaka victory to life is happiness. How you can find fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yun po talaga ang pinaka goal that
And,
we should aspire for ourselves.
tama. And did you guys experience that in the past? Na ikaw, champ, na, oy, mas magaling sa'yo si Manny. Uy, ba't hindi mo ganito si Manny? Did you guys hear that? Like actual people
Oh yeah,
say
a
that
lot
to
of
you?
time.
Oh, wow.
A lot of time. They're always comparing me to Manny,
And I
and
made a jinky.
or to her,
Wow.
Jinky,
Even,
or
Yeah.
ganyan. You know.
Yeah, kasi like, di ba,
I
like
was like, man, that's crazy.
yeah, she would always go
But it's
around
just
yung with she
as bags and
she has bags and she enjoys them. Okay.
Yes.
And she has the money to do so, so she has every right to do so.
Yes.
But when I came into the picture, it was he we kind of fell into that trap.
Oh, okay.
So we would go designer bag shopping. I have a whole closet of designer bags. You never see me wear them. And but when I would go to fights or events, maraming Filipino that would come up and they would actually grab yung bag ko. And I would think they're stealing my bag. No, they want to see anong brand. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
They're like, oh, it's this brand. Because they see Jinky likes this brand. And I was like, okay, I just like yung style.
And Miss Rachel, sorry, Pilipino tong mga to.
Opo.
yes.
Opo.
Wow.
So then it
Right.
came to a point that we were spending money on stuff that was just staying in the closet at
And there's a lot of room in the
and
closet.
there's a lot of them in the closet.
collecting dust.
And
Yes.
collecting dust.
Well, they're in the bag naman eh.
Yeah,
My
so
bag
there's a
naman
dust bag.
yeah, there's a dust
That's what
bag.
the dust bag is for.
So that's by collecting dust.
Yes.
Yeah, pero you see like yung we went to yung Oliver Tolentino, like the Oliver Tolentino's
Fashion,
In
yeah,
fact,
fashion,
fashion, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we met some other people there, Filipino din. This girl asked me, a really young girl, and she's like, "Oh, your dress is so cute. Where did you get it?" She's like, "What designer is that? What brand?" I was like, "Amazon." And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "We should name it like Amazon, and then
Yeah.
it at least sounds like classy or
Yeah.
something." But I don't like. I literally like you guys see me like the first time we lived. I think I wore a black shirt that had like a little design, and then after that, I just started wearing my robe. Like this is who I am, and I was comfortable with just being like I shop in the Chunge. And I try to find bargain deals. I shop at Walmart.
Yeah.
So but I had to be comfortable in saying this is okay because this is
Yeah.
what makes me happy.
Yes.
And they expect you, diba? We met Pinoy Prepper.
Yeah.
We dressed up for yung red carpet. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, Mom Rachel, you dressed up really nice." And I'm like, as soon as we got out of the red carpet and we were walking with him, I couldn't wait to put. I was like, "Is there a bathroom? I just want to put on yung sweats ko."
So,
And he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"But you spent like 3 hours on your hair and makeup, and your outfit looks nice." I was like, "I just want to wear sweats." And I realized that this is just what makes me happy. And it doesn't matter if it makes other people happy for me to buy purses so they can see me buy purses. They're still in the closet. It doesn't make me happy. Wearing sweats and tennis shoes makes me happy.
Yeah, and I think that kaya nga, this is something that I created the channel as well. Yung YouTube channel namin is to be comfortable with your every decision and be unapologetic for the things you do. At kung ano man yun, hindi mo kailangan bigyan ng reason for the things that you do. You do it because you do it for you.
Yeah.
Yun yung pinaka-importante, na masaya ka sa ginawa mo, you know. But then, of course, it's very difficult sa atin mga Pilipino because we have grown up to
Please.
to please, to put a face and a mask na ito tayo, ganito
You
tayo.
have a mask.
Oh, may mask ko because may nangyari kanina.
I'm just kidding. Like, that's a huge thing that I try to teach. We try to instill in our boys because the way he is he's always very very, like we said, very pleasing, very accommodating sa lahat ng tao, which is not such a bad thing. But for me, and I think Pogi for Life is here, and Pinoy Prepper can attest to, is after the long day we had Friday, I didn't have an issue when when they're like, "Oh, let's go eat." It's like literally 11:30 at night, and they're like, "Let's go eat, Mom." Da da da. I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm going to bed. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Good night." And for me, I needed to respect myself that I
Of
needed
course.
tulog because I had a business meeting at 6 in the morning. And then I knew it was going to be another packed day. But, diba, like for a lot of us, we try to be so accommodating that you lose your energy in yourself at your voice because you're trying to
Please.
please everybody. And
Yeah.
then
Please and impress.
yeah, but then you're the one in the end that gets hurt. Because if I didn't sleep that night, I probably wouldn't have made it all the way through the next
That's
day.
for sure, yeah. Kasi baga
Ayan,
nakakalimutan natin i-prioritize yung sarili natin minsan because of
yes.
those people na kasi nga like ano na yun, ugali ng Pilipino, we're so hospitable eh.
Yes.
But sometimes being hospitable is too much, 'di ba? Nakakalimutan natin we need to prioritize ourselves first. 'Di ba?
Yes.
Kasi we have also like priorities in life, 'di
Yes.
ba?
Yes. Pogi for Life said, super hectic sked.
Yeah.
Grabe, wala pa ang YouTube doon. Yeah, wala pa. I forgot about that. Babe, wala
Yeah.
pa yung YouTube.
What you do?
Yung content ng weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
So busy. But yun guys, importante yun na mabigyan natin ng respeto yung sarili natin. And do things for ourselves because at the end of it all, the person that looks in that mirror, you have to like that person that's in the mirror.
Yep.
Pag hindi mo makakaya na tingnan yung tao na matitik sa'yo balik from that mirror sa salamin, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And for us to learn to see ourselves through the mirror and look into ourselves and be proud, that's power.
It is. That's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that's,
Yan yung pinakamahirap eh. Yan yung pinakamahirap sa atin na tumingin sa salamin yung sarili natin. Kasi marami tayong ginawa, marami tayong hindi happy sa sarili natin, marami tayong hindi nagugustuhan sa pag nakatitik tayo sa sarili natin. Marami tayong but we have to learn to love everything about us, the good, the bad, and everything.
That's true.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
I just think it's funny because yung question was like over here, and then we dragged it all the way that way, and then
put
this
over
way.
there, and then
and
back there. And
Sorry.
dito, and then dito.
Sometimes
No.
parang we get lost in different topics because
Yeah, but
like
it's a beautiful topic.
something that we
No,
want to talk
it was-
about.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the the way that the way that look at what I'm wearing. straight. Well, I did this
Straight
because we're from
from
the
the
Bay
gym.
Area. It's straight out of Compton, diba?
Yeah,
Straight
yeah.
out of the
The
gym.
gym. Hindi
And
kasi
when
kaya
you
Miss
go
Rachel
back,
kaya ako natanong yun because of the it's like Manny Pacquiao and then Jinky Pacquiao and then you and champ Nonito, 'di ba?
yeah,
So and yun nga na-share nyo nga dito na you guys like fall into trap na gano'n, no? That you're trying to like parang mag-match ng it's like the lifestyle, 'di
yeah,
ba? It's like
yeah,
the lifestyle para lang siguro because of and which is ang pangit nga minsan nung gano'n na the comparison itself na kino-compare kasi all of us have different destiny, 'di ba?
yeah. But then it also, and here's the thing with the comparison is you create sa mind ng ibang tao that merong competition, and
Yes.
then parang there's this weird, like there's a weird cloud, diba? When you see that other person, walang competition, pero everybody's saying there's a competition.
Yes.
So you're in a competition you didn't know you even
You're
signed up to
in
be
it. Yeah,
in.
that's true.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's huge because and I want to talk about that so much because I think we can all be our own people and still respect that, the choices that we make and how we live our lifestyle. It's not going to be the next champion that comes in within the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years is not going to be the same as how we live our lives or how Pacquiao lives his life or anyone. I mean, do you know how many questions we get for Nonito? Oh, Pacquiao's running for president. Are you going to run for office too? It's like,
It's
no.
not even good.
Yeah,
It's not,
yun
No.
nga eh, is ang responsibilidad natin bilang isang tao is of course to respect ourselves, to love ourselves, but also kung hindi na kung irespeto natin sarili natin, we can give others respect. If we learn to love ourselves, we learn na mabibigyan natin the pagmamahal sa ibang tao din na pure. Kaya nga ang responsibilidad natin is to take care of ourselves so that we
yes.
can take care of others, you know. Kaya nga nandito po kami is to really look at the uh, ang babae at lalaki ay magkaparehas lang in terms of yung magagawa nila. Maybe they'll do other things better than us, maybe we do the different things better than them, but all in all, kung ma-unite yung dalawa, magkasama yung dalawa, eh magiging powerful tayo, mas malakas tayo, mas matalino tayo, mas magaling tayo when it comes down to that. Kaya nga in all aspect, kung magkasama ang lahat ng mga Pilipino, instead of na magja-judge or assume, eh hindi tayo magkaisa tayo eh. We want to
Tama.
unite. That's where doon tayo ay mas malakas, mas magaling, mas matalino kung maigawa natin lahat 'yon na mag-isa magkaisa tayong lahat. And that's my goal, is to create a community of unity sa lahat ng mga tao from all over the world we can learn to grow and refuse to judge and assume, instead to clarify and 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 know for ourselves na hindi lang naririnig natin, because that way we can be responsible for ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Tsaka ang pangit kasi talaga nun. I mean, like kung compare mo yung ibang tao sa ibang tao. And of course, I think tingnan ito para sa akin, no. This is just my opinion na ah yung sa nangyayari ngayon kasi I'm listening sa balita regarding sa issue regarding sa mga it's like the wrong people that you hang out with. It's a big factor. It's
Yes.
a very very big factor to me. Like what I said, no. Tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. And I will tell you what's going to be your future. 'Di ba? So, yun ang nangyayari na, it's like there's people who will be surrounding you not because they like you, but because they can use you. They can use your fame, they can use your money, they can use your name. Eto, nakikita ko 'to ngayon, with all due respect kay Senator Pacquiao, that there's people na, I don't wanna go that far and I don't wanna tackle that topic, but I can see. And it's so I feel bad for him, honestly. I feel
Yes.
bad. I feel really, really bad. Kasi I see those people who really concerned about him and the
Yes.
people who's like really need his name and just his fame. Yeah, I'm not in the position to talk because I don't know the guy, but on my observation, what I see and what I read, it will manifest and it's happening. Diba? So yun nga, it's like also the people that you hang out with is you have to be very, very careful, especially like right now, no, parang ako, like when I talk to mga nagla-live stream ako, like, you don't have to trust me 100% and believe what I say. But why do I say that? Because you need to protect yourself. Nobody's gonna protect yourself, only you.
Because DJ Byron is the voice of conscience. Sometimes you don't even have yung
Yeah,
picture mo, pero yung voice is like,
he's the angel side.
guys, yeah,
Guys,
yeah,
please
please,
just
wag
get along. Wag
ganon.
ganon. Just let's all get along.
And we don't even have to look at the screen. Is DJ Byron in the chat? It's like, parang I hear his voice. I don't know if he's talking to my conscience or he's actually in yung chat.
Look, kasi ako, Miss Rachel, no? When I start doing YouTube, there's two things na pumasok sa isip ko. Am I the one who's gonna get contribution or am I the one who's gonna contribute to this
Yes.
community?
Yes.
Those are the only two things that it matters to me. If I'm not gonna get any positive contribution from people that I will support and watch, then what is the purpose for me to go to social media? Now, if I have the capabilities to contribute and inspire and motivate people because of the small knowledge that I have when it comes to personal development, diba? Why not hide it? Share it to the world.
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's the beauty, no? Pag alam mo na yun, that wisdom.
Yes.
And dapat ipakita natin sa lahat ng mga tao na para makita din nila at matutunan nila yung mga skills, skills of change, because like for me, if you see me, yung mga kids dito na nag-YouTube, I give them priority because I want them to excel. I want them to create a person of confidence, na makakaya nila at to have that integrity, you know. So yun nga what we can change now, yung may change natin ngayon is what will deliver the future, the kids that's coming up, to teach them the change of the good news of responsibility.
Well, the fun part is about social media though, is parang like, okay, so you know who is talking a lot, like lahat sa grupo, diba? They all go to each other's channel and then you see yung either bashers or yung super fans. Like it's always pretty much around the same people. At it, you start to kind of like look at it like, okay, am I really making a difference in these people's lives? Diba? And the funny part is the ones that are not talking, that are taking your message away and actually applying it, you might never see. But it'll always come back somehow in some type of different energy channel and give back to you. That's the funny part about social media. We'll never see that. We'll see all the fun stuff where everyone's yelling at each other and then ones that people are holding hands. But there's always someone that is listening to yung message, even if it's on yung replay, like they're not listening live now, pero mamaya they catch it maybe in the time that they're supposed to need yung message, and it gets
Yes.
delivered. That's the funny part. That's what I find interesting about everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyway, I'm not gonna hold you that long, Champ and Miss Rachel. I appreciate it. Late na rin, no? And really appreciate it. So go ahead. Advice to young couple and of course sa mga fan and what to expect, within the time of you guys, like, di ba? So yeah, I'll put you guys in the center.
You want to go first? Let me go first.
Right.
Okay. Salamat sa lahat ng tao that's watching here. We hope the things that we had said today you take home and you learn, yung advice ko is to love someone, you have to love yourself muna. After that, you'll be able to grow with your partner. Continue learning for yourself and learning with your partner. Always just make sure that you love yourself, you respect yourself, and then you can give that times 200 to your partner.
Yes. Maraming salamat po. DJ Byron, thank you for having us. Sa lahat ng mga tao dito, mga kapatid. Sana po ay mayroon po kayong natutunan sa episode na ito. At yun nga ang sinabi ni Madam, no? Is to love yourself. Mahalin mo yung sarili mo. Kasi yan po ang responsibilidad mo. God always tell us na be kind, be humble. But within us, lahat po yan ang message from religion to spiritual. Lahat po yan is towards us. Kasi without us, ang maibibigay natin is kulang sa emotion. So pag hindi mo mahal yung sarili mo, hindi mo maibibigay yung pagmamahal mo sa ibang tao at the purest level. At kung hindi mo mabibigyan ng confidence sa sarili mo, lahat ng galaw mo, lahat ng action mo, lahat ng ginagawa mo ay kulang din. So make sure to love yourself first and foremost, because yan po ay ang ating tunay na pagmamahalan, is pagmamahalan sa sarili. So find that love so that you can love to the fullest. At yun nga po ay pag nakuha niyo na po yun, bilang a couple with each other, of course comes with respect, with love, but mainly the unity of understanding. Kasi with that, mabibigyan yun na forgiveness. Kasi tao lang po tayo at minsan magkamali tayo sa ginawa natin or sa salita. So with that, with the love for yourself and the love and the understanding for each other, there will always be forgiveness. Kasi partner kayo eh. Kasi nagmamahalan kayo eh. And kasi best friend po kayo. So with that, in order for you to be the couple that you want to become, is understanding with love and forgiveness. Lahat po yan is part of growing. And sa lahat ng buhay natin, there's always a lesson to learn. So itanong mo sarili mo the right question. With the right question, malalaman mo the right answer. So with that, hopefully that you constantly learn to ask the right question, because in life and in daily life, in every second, we're always learning. That's our responsibility, is to grow. So maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, DJ Byron, for hosting us here.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. No? Sana hindi kayo nadala, Miss Rachel and Champ, and sana hindi to ang una't huli. Diba? I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much, and of course for the friendship, I appreciate you. I mean, I never imagine na makakasama ko kayo, makakausap ko kayo. I owe you guys one kasi hindi ako nakapunta ng LA nung last time. I promise you that the next time, man.
And just don't bring us to the Moto place.
Yeah, the Moto place.
Sa Intramuros. But again,
actually, we'll look at the Rexes. If it's not in the time that it interferes with my training, we might go as well. But
November 20th.
Oh, it's November 20th.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Forget it. Joke lang.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Don't ask him about his schedule.
But let's all support my boy though. When it comes down to that. So, but again, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Champ, Nonito, and Miss Rachel. And of course, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to their channel, Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel, diba? So maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. And again, thank you so much, Champ, Miss Rachel. Appreciate you guys.
Thank
you
you,
guys
brother.
are awesome.
Ingat
Thank
po
you so
kayo.
much for the wisdom and sharing. God bless you. God bless your day. Ayan. So, yan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And sa lahat po na nanood, maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Always remember this, guys. In conclusion, it's always important to focus on your happiness. That's the priceless thing na pwede mo makuha. It's a gem and people fight for it. So always remember that prioritize yourself. Do not compare yourself to other people, but compare yourself who you are the last day. Always remember this. We don't aim for perfection because we're not born to be perfect. We can be good, better, and best version of ourselves. So again, maraming salamat po sa inyo at God bless you. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. DJ Bar Music at Abig TV is here with Miss Rachel and Champ Nonito Donaire. Peace, love, and respect sa inyo lahat. God bless you. Kita
Thank
po tayo
you.
ulit for another live stream. Maraming salamat, Champ, and bye. Bye, everyone.
Sige, brother. Thank you.
Bye.